Copy ready. That one's signed too. The casual, like 10 racks of Kobe's. Oh yeah, I got Derek Jeter too, and Magic Johnson 101. This is probably the nicest one, or like 2 racks. Oh, never mind. Never mind. This one's like probably like 3 racks. Number 8 at 24. Is this one? No, it's this one. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, the guys are doing well out there. That is right. It is another Thursday night here on Sports Card Radio. We got a lot to talk about. We got the aftermath of the National. We've got pack dipping. Ryan, some people would say that Sports Card Radio got put on the map when people started dipping packs. I'm here to break news for you. We've been in this hobby producing content. We're in our, I can't count, 16th year probably, producing content here on the internet, not just here on YouTube, but across the globe at sportscardradio.com. There's a lot of people, Ryan, in this industry that want to show up over the past 2 or 3 years and then show up to the National and stand out in front and shake hands. Shake hands, be seen. Some people want to be seen and be the man in this hobby. Folks, we just want you to be happy, and we want you to stay in this hobby for a real long time. It is fun collecting pictures of men, and we are going to be here on this beautiful Thursday night to talk about pictures of men and maybe some females as well. Because I honestly don't think there is enough discussion about the females in the hobby. Although I think, Ryan, you probably saw the Olympics. Apparently, they're letting men into the boxing ring now and allowing them to beat up women. So I really... Are we surprised at all?
Not at all. This has got to... I know Tim's at the Olympics, but this has got to be one of the most woke Olympics that I've ever seen. And but we'll try to put all that behind us.
That fight only lasted 46 seconds.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. There's nothing wrong with changing your gender. There's nothing wrong with identifying with what you want to identify with. But I think we got to draw the line at allowing men in the boxing ring.
What do you think Sarah Rips identifies as?
I mean, I got to be a little careful with what I say, but I think she identifies as confident and friendly, successful. I think that those would come to mind, in my opinion. So,
okay,
and not enough followers. I think when we still have Roth cards completely obliterating her follower account, that's a problem. It's a big problem. It's a big problem.
Well, you want to know what a big problem is?
What's a big problem?
The breaker we're going to be talking about tonight that maybe did a little dipping on camera. He's got more followers than all these girls.
Oh no.
So what a shame that is.
It really is a tragedy. And this is the reasons why you've got influencers like Mojo standing out in front, people high-fiving them. That's why we got bathroom lines and we've got prices going down in this hobby. If we had Miss Rips front and center, prices in this hobby probably be trending upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Companies like Panini, Fanatics would be making a lot more money, but instead we cater to the crowd that just is not going to bring in the big dollars. Speaking of big dollars and other things that are big, we do have super producer Tim in the background. He is tearing it up in Europe. That's what I've heard. You're having to hide all the pretty white girls that are left, and he is tearing that Olympics up. Some girls are, instead of winning, were projected to win gold after Tim took care of them. Now they're not even on the podium, but they sure had a hell of a night.
I had a 3 a.m. booty call.
Really? 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Paris time or 3 a.m. West
3
Coast
a.m.
time?
Paris.
Hey, nothing wrong. No, what's 3 a.m. Paris time compared to California?
I'm not sure, but I think it's like 12 maybe.
Oh, so you're just getting fired up. So all the locals are hanging it up, and at 3 a.m. you're just getting going. So that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Also good to hear is we have Ryan on the program. Ryan, how we doing?
Doing absolutely incredible. There might be some of you actually still trying to get out of the parking lot of the IX Center in Cleveland. And for those people, we are here for you right here at Sports Card Radio to provide you with a few hours of entertainment as you try to make your way back to downtown Cleveland. I see a lot of fired up people in the chat. A lot of fired up people. I see Christine. Lovely Christine. Did you get the flip-flops, Colin?
So I got the flip-flops. I haven't even opened the package. I meant to open the package and actually list them on eBay. It's just been such a busy week. My wife started a job, so my kids are not back in school. So I'm with my kids in the morning, and then it's Apple, Amazon, Google, like every big company reports earnings this week. So I've literally
you've been busy.
I've been busy. So next week.
This cardboard life on Instagram has been busy. He says he is driving and he cannot message, but he's saying what's up to everybody. You are allowed to follow this _cardboard_life. One of the few males will allow. John Winkler with the 999 says Jabs has a new dog. We might have to get footage of that. Looks like Jabs is back in the dog business. Autodidact University says content with contentious content. I probably didn't say that right, but sounded like a Kamala Harris line. But we got a lot to talk about in the sports card world. We've got drama surrounding the new Panini America football product, Optic. It seems like everybody and their brother, including the backyard boys, have been hitting not one, not two, not three, but like 20 downtowns in a case.
Uh-oh.
And those are only supposed to be one per case. They're currently opening the first off the line stock. I mean, we got a number of breakers who were reporting loaded and or hot cases of first off the line Optic. The regular product comes out tomorrow. So we got a deep dive into what the F is happening over there at Panini. And what is a time-honored tradition over here at Sports Card Radio? We have a clip from a group breaker doing something shady on Whatnot. So we will play that clip. We will analyze it. We will break it down right here on Sports Card Radio. I see Money Mike in the chat. I see Dan the Card Man. I see K Cards. I see Phoenix Rising. I see Chris H. I see Bob Boozle. I see David Snyder. I see Rhonda is in the chat. What's up, Rhonda? Johnny Popsicle. Welcome, everybody. Another edition of Sports Card Radio. You are also welcome to call the CB Hobby hotline. You can also go over to cbhobby.com, save 10%. Get yourself a Topps Chrome box. It seems pretty reasonable, $85. I mean, we're, you know, few hours of work out here in Cal. What's $20 minimum wage? Yeah, a few hours worth, half a shift. Get yourself a Topps Chrome Olympic box with the promo code Will Greer. Save 10%. I've got $10,000 worth of Kobe sitting next to me, but I'll look to add another one. This one's at 15. Ooh, I don't know. It's at a 99. Kind of the top of the mark. People like the upper deck, the older upper deck ones better. One of one Curry, $2,500. This is like Bitcoin out here, man. You get one of those, bring that to a show, you do pretty good. A couple other cards, Mr. Yao Ming. So looking at some basketball players. There was like a lot of Drake May. I think they spelled his name wrong. I think they called him Derek May. So maybe some bargains over at Golden. I did flip something I bought off Golden. Bought like a Pearl Jam signed thing for $700. Flipped it for $1,500 on eBay this week. So
Wow.
The music business strong, baby. Nobody's checking comps on your signed tambourine or drumhead or whatever it was. There's no fucking comps or arguing over fucking, oh, well, it's a 7 and I can't tell you how many emails I got about it. Like a $300 Joe Montana. It was like 4 emails from a guy be like, let me buy it, but I only want to pay $250. It's like, bro, the card's priced at $299. There's no negotiating. Catch me at a card show if you want to negotiate. Speaking of which, we'll be set up at a card show, I believe on August 10th at the Modesto Nuts baseball stadium prior to the game. So I think that's the day before I leave for Las Vegas. And of course, we have Fanatics Fest on the way, and we have the Burbank Sports Card Show. So we've got a lot to talk about on the show. We also got an email about everybody's favorite group breaker mama breaks that we can get into as well. But I don't know where I don't know if you saw this, but and I don't know where this came from. Somebody emailed me this. Maybe this was shown in a video or on Instagram or somewhere. I don't know, but somebody emailed me this. It's a 2019 Panini Phoenix card of Aaron Rodgers, just kind of a regular card. But it is signed by none other than Jay from Mojo. And it is authenticated by CSG. So our boy Mojo was not only out here running for president, kissing babies, shaking hands at the National, but he was signing. There's our girl She Breaks, making a cameo. He was signing Aaron Rodgers cards, and they were getting slabbed. at the National. So your thoughts on influencer signed cards of star quarterbacks?
I mean, I don't know. I don't. People are getting influencers to sign cards and then spending the money to grade them. I mean, I'm at a loss. I mean, but it's not surprising. Like you said, we have many, many, many male influencers that have more followers than many of the first ladies of the hobby that I think do a great job promoting the hobby, talking about the hobby. Some of them have businesses related to the hobby. But instead we'd rather have Roth cards. And I mean, I don't know how many of these guys' followers are real. Maybe they're buying, it looked like that some of these guys were buying views, buying subscribers on YouTube or whatever. Maybe they're doing the same thing on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe it makes them feel better about themselves. That's totally fine. I don't really care. But I just think it's a tragedy that and we've seen over the past couple of years what has happened with the hobby. Like everything, people are like, oh, sports cards boomed. You know, Jeff Wilson helped sports card boom. No, guys, fucking dirt on the ground boomed during COVID. That's what happened when you had PPP money, when you had EIDL loans, when you had fucking unemployment. Like they were giving people like $900 a week not to work. Not because they got laid off. It was like, here's $4,000 a month to not work. So literally everything fucking boomed. Obviously, real estate. What has happened to real estate over the past couple of years, right? Has it skyrocketed in value? Yeah. What about the stock market? Has the stock market skyrocketed in value over the past 4 or 5 years? Yeah. Has crypto? Did NFTs for a little while? Did gold? Fucking gold. Like the most old man investment ever. Gold has absolutely skyrocketed. In fact, I believe it's at a near all-time high at the current time. I know for a fact Rolex watches absolutely skyrocketed during the time. Everything skyrocketed. Everything. So the fact that cards did too really isn't that big of a deal. Isn't that big of a deal. It's been the aftermath of the card hobby has simply not recovered. All of these influencers that put in all this time and invested in different companies, invested their time in the industry. What did they do? Did they actually grow the market? Did they 10x the market? Did they actually make things better? Or are we sitting here just as a product of the times that we were in? And that we have an inflated market. There is certainly more collectors. Certainly when we show up at these card shows, not necessarily in the middle of Cleveland, there's more than a few fat white dudes walking around. There's actually some kids. Sometimes you see some women. You see some moms and sons. I've seen moms and sons. I've seen sons and daughters. I've seen fathers and sons. I've seen, old, young are showing up at these card shows. So there has been some progress. There has been some progress in the hobby. But we really, really, really haven't seen a lot of upward momentum, particularly in the last 2 or 3 years as it relates to cards. Certainly the investments, the generational type investments, Ryan. Luka Doncic. Is Luka Doncic even in the Olympics right now? Did his team not make it? I don't even know.
Oh, great question. Maybe he's
playing
playing round 3.
They did play?
No, I don't think he made it.
I don't think they made it.
Oh, that's good for him. Honestly, that's good. That's bullish for Luka. Because I'm sure he's smoking shisha and eating chicken wings, but at least he's, not running up and down the court, because that's what has always happened. He's kind of ran out of gas, if you will. So there you go. I don't know where we were going. I don't know what the question was, but
we were talking about Mojo's autograph. So
yeah, I mean, and here we are a couple years later. We're still grading cards. We're grading them with influencer signatures on them. That's a fucking Aaron Rodgers card. Aaron Rodgers has done more in 3 minutes of a football game than any of these influencers have done for the hobby in their whole life. And here he is signing the motherfucking card. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. And we'll get to the downtowns and the rest of this shit. I mean, these guys are falling over themselves. Oh my god, I just want to collect kabooms and downtowns, Ryan. You just want to.
That might be the dumbest thing you could do right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that I know that Tim and Mr. Mike Petty, when he calls in, there's a lot of words being tossed around. But one of the things that he brings up is he's got a way to say it. I don't remember exactly how he says it, but you're collecting all this shiny Mojo sprinkle refractor shit. This is dog shit. And we'll talk about that. I don't know if that's the first story we'll talk about, but all this shiny downtown. I can't tell me how many people are, I just buy downtowns and I buy kabooms. That shit is so watered down and so overproduced before this week's events. It's going to get even worse. Where are we starting? I know we're not starting with Mr. Mojo's signature on an Aaron Rodgers card that was graded by we got a second-tier football card, second-tier quarterback at this point, second or third-tier influencer, and certainly a third-tier grading company.
So you're not voting Mojo for hobby president, I guess.
I'm actually thinking, Ryan, we're in the, it's 2020. What is it? 2024.
Yeah.
We've got a female running for president, Ryan. Maybe instead of first lady, some of these young ladies should be elevated.
Wow.
And promoted to the role of president. And so that's where I'm leaning at the current time. If I had to vote today, then I am certainly one of these white boys for one of these females, because right now I just don't think the men are going to be able to step up and do the job. We've seen where the hobby has gone with these guys in charge. The hobby has been turned over to the investors, the card collector twos, the Jeff Wilsons, the Mojos, the backyard breaks. And look where we're at. Look where we're at in this hobby. Most people haven't made a nickel on any of their cards. A lot of them, like Christine, got suckered in and thought they were buying these great investments, these alternative investments, this new asset class. And here we are 2, 3, 4 years later. You could have literally bought an empty parking lot and you would have doubled your money. If you had bought a house, you probably damn near tripled your money. If you had bought Bitcoin, you'd probably be up a ton. If you bought Nvidia, you'd be up 1,000%. If you had bought just about anything other than a baseball card, you would actually have a lot of money. And now a lot of these guys, a lot of these influencers are trying to turn this into fucking MGM fucking Grand Sportsbook. A lot of these breaks are basically fucking dice rolls, and they got the deck of cards. We'll show that later. I mean, you got this deck of cards and wheel spins and duck races and all this stuff. And we were saying this like when we first we didn't know who Backyard Breaks was, and then I don't know how I forget, they did something. They stole that Trevor Lawrence card, and then we started watching their content. We're like, dude, these guys have duck races and wheel spins. And people were like, oh, these are the biggest guys. This is no big deal, Ryan. No big deal. We got a fucking casino. We've turned the hobby into a fucking casino. And look what's happened. Fanatics can't even make money selling cards. They've jacked the prices up. What is Topps Chrome Baseball? Fucking $2 million a pack right now, Ryan?
Probably
I don't know. CB Hobby, you could, if it's 2 million, you could save 200,000, I guess, with the 10% off promo code of Will fucking Grier. But you try to buy any of this hobby boxes. I mean, I used to maybe like every once in a while get a hobby box, and I would get it from the 582 Club or whatever. I would just end up with the box, and I was like, well, this only cost me $50, $60, $70. I'm just going to open it. I know I'm probably not going to get $50 or $60 worth of cards, but whatever. It's $50. Now a goddamn fucking blaster is $40. I saw somebody like posted at Walmart, $40 for a blaster of that. Ryan, a value box. A value box is $40. $40. No wonder my eBay sales are off the fucking hook right now. I mean, it is insane right now. My eBay sales, they've been flying. So have backpacks. Also, Ryan, shoes. Back to
Ooh,
school shoes.
wow.
I was watching some guy on YouTube. He was going to Ross or whatever, and he was buying shoes. I was like, I could do that. So I go to Ross. I find these shoe. It's like pride. It's like Pride. It's Pride Month every day. It seems like. And again, now they're letting these Pride motherfuckers box females in boxing rings and shit. I mean, they let them in the White House and all this other shit. But I found these Vans that were like rainbowy, and it was like they were Pride Vans. And I was like, oh, these will sell. These will sell. And so yeah, bought some Vans for like 40 and flipped them on eBay for 80. And
Wow.
yeah, things are good. Things are good. But we got $40 blast. Oh, well, 35 on CB Hobby, and you can save 10% off. Now we're down to what, 32 before you pay tax
at Walmart.
Okay.
45
That's
at Walmart.
I mean, I remember $20 blasters, $30 blasters every once in a while. How many packs do you get for $40?
Well, you know what they've done here is
so ridiculously expensive.
What they've done is they do an MVP buyback. So whoever wins MVP, you can take the base card of Topps Chrome into a hobby shop and get like whatever, 15, 20 bucks back. Now they've just baked the promotion into
I
the
can't hear Ryan.
product.
Is that just me?
Into the product. They baked it into the product price. Are you out? Are you you can't hear?
Yeah, I guess
you need a life alert button.
I'm back, guys. I'm back.
You're back.
How many packs do we have in Topps Chrome? I didn't hear that part. Maybe I don't want to hear it.
What has happened is they've created a buyback program for the MVP where they give you $20 if you take in the Topps Chrome baseball card to a hobby shop. Okay. And they've just baked that promotion into the price of the box now.
I see.
And so,
it's like government spending a little bit.
Right.
We're going to give you $900 a month for unemployment, but now fucking everything that you buy is going to be $900 more.
At least with Topps Chrome, and everything across the board is going to go up in price. I mean, everybody knows this. On the sports side of things, I can't believe people are excited about this. But you know what people are excited about, or maybe they used to be excited about, was pulling one of these downtown cards. And I was never really a big fan of these cards. I think they look fucking stupid. I think Leaf cards, frankly, look better than downtown cards, but this is what all the kids are after. Quite literally, like all the kids want downtown and kabooms. Well, Optic football is coming out. Damn, like in August. This is 2023 Optic football, I think. So this is like 6 months too late, 8 months too late, but here we are. Apparently, some of this product was printed in Mexico. So they got some of this product over the wall. Now, usually you hit a kaboom like one per case out of these first off the line boxes. And if you don't know, Panini sells most of their product. They sell like a certain number of cases before the product comes out, and they call it first off the line. So it's like the first 2,000 cases, and then it's mostly breakers. We'll see an example of a regular Joe collector who bought one of these cases. But anyways, Backyard started to troll the hobby a couple days ago when they started hitting these things. I think they even referenced the CT scanner. Oh, they misspelled it. We brought in the DT scanner to the office. I think they probably meant CT scanner. So anybody,
Ryan, the downtown scanner.
Oh, the down. God, I'm
they're
stupid.
clever.
Yeah,
they're
these
clever
kids are sharp. Yeah, these kids are sharp. So the downtown scanner. And anyways, they pull a whole bunch of these things. And so people start going crazy. Oh, is it loaded? Blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out a whole bunch of these breakers pulled it. Here's Slammin' Sammy Mead. Some of these guys have literally like 5 followers on these platforms too. That's what's amazing. They literally can just go live on TikTok or WhatsApp or whatnot or Fanatics Live and have a following and get business. Like no effort. Anyways, this guy slamming Sammy Mead said all from one case. And there's a picture. And then We the Hobby, 26 downtowns in one case. And they weren't the only ones. There was like Little Pullman. Everybody was hitting 20 downtowns in a case. Now, it wasn't every first off the line case. They weren't all loaded. Some of them had 0 downtowns in them. Some of them had 1. Then others had fucking 26 of them. Here's Backyard Breaks, again, getting very clever, said we brought in the downtown scanners. Here are those individual posts from those 2 breakers. Again, there were multiple other ones. Here's just some regular Joe. He said, I wanted to share. I bought an Optic first off the line case for myself to rip, and he hit 27 downtowns. He said it was a pretty memorable experience, to say the least. I think most downtowns are worth like $300 to $400 or $500. I mean, these are expensive cards. And then once you start going to the gold ones to 10, I mean, it's thousands of dollars. Wasn't that the card that the little backyard bro got? You know, it was a Kaboom, but he went nuts over a gold Kaboom Trevor Lawrence that might be worth 10 grand. So anyways, this has happened and transpired over the course of the last couple days on the breaking platforms, on social media. And now, predictably, you can guess that there has been no communication from Panini to at least say, hey, this is we're aware. Hey, we're looking into this. Hey, we care about you guys. Absolute fucking stone cold crickets from Panini America. So the regular version of this product, not the first off the line, the regular Optic, I believe it comes out tomorrow. So it leaves people wondering. I guess there's several different scenarios here. Were these loaded cases? And is the regular hobby cases or the retail going to be slapped with nothing? And you're not going to pull downtowns because all the downtowns were front loaded into these first off the line cases from the people making the cards in Mexico. Or is Panini really fucking going to do something stupid and they're going to water down the downtown? They're going to take you all to downtown. They're going to load up the party bus and take you get it downtown. It's like Oprah. You get it downtown. You get it downtown. You get it downtown. And so now instead of 1 per case, which is rare, especially I think it's a 40 card checklist across all the downtowns. So pulling 1 per case of one particular player, that's kind of fucking hard. But if it's not 1 per case and they start sprinkling these things in 26 per case, as was the case with some of these guys, now, except for the serial numbered ones, the regular ones are essentially going to be watered down. Or did Panini load up these cases for breakers? Was it an honest mistake? Was it something purposely done? Are they watering down the downtowns? Are none of the downtowns or less of the downtowns going to be available in the regular hobby version? And this product is sold at retail too. And of course, I want to reiterate, we've received no word at all from Panini America. So what a fucking joke that company is. Just off the top. Just what a fucking joke they are. That they don't even like through Collect Media or through Jeff or through some fucking surrogate, they don't say, hey, we're working on this. They literally fucking crickets the whole hobby. After the biggest convention of the year, there's an issue with a pretty well-known and popular product. These downtown cards are like a religion to these young kids and the Roth cards followers. And for 2 or 3 days, Panini has said jack shit. So what are your thoughts on this downtown situation that we have going on?
I mean, here we are. The hobby just continues to kind of replay itself. At one time, I think refractors were actually pretty rare. You look at like original Topps Finest refractors. I think they were 1 per hobby box or something like that. I have like I have like 2 Deion Sanders ones over here that are worth like 40 each. And now you get a fucking refractor every other pack, or they have whole sets. They have whole boxes where everything's a fucking taco refractor. And so it's like, oh yeah, the downtowns will be worth money until a situation like this happens. And then, then we'll have, in order to sell product over at Panini, which they won't be able to sell product here in another year or two, based on their own incompetence. Let's not just think Fanatics and Michael Rubin has a high IQ. It's largely also because Panini has squandered the bag. They squandered the bag with the NFL. They squandered the bag with collectors. If they were doing a good job in this hobby, if the partners actually thought they were doing new and innovative things, then they would still have the license. We even heard that. This is not just an opinion of mine. There was an article written about Panini losing the license. And one of the league representatives said, we try to communicate with Panini. We've tried to have them do innovative things, but it's crickets. It's crickets. And what we see, Ryan, when Fanatics started taking over some of the license, what did all the Panini employees immediately go do? They all tried to run over. And where'd they try to work?
Across the street of Fanatics, apparently.
Across the street to Fanatics. They don't care about the hobby. They don't care about sports cards. They sure as hell don't care if you open a case and you get 1 kaboom, 10 downtowns, or no downtowns. They don't care. They don't care if the serial number on the front of the box tells you where the kabooms are or the downtowns. They literally don't give a fuck if you can use a CT scanner and look inside the box. They don't care. They don't care. All they care about, they don't even care if Panini America makes cards and Panini America survives. All they give a fuck about is if Panini's not going to make cards, that they can go and get a job somewhere else. These are like the bureaucrats and the government employees that you always hear about, that clock in right at 8 and clock out right at 5. Take off every fucking holiday. They ain't working that hard. They ain't working that hard. And they get that pension and all that government health care and benefits. That's Panini America employees for you. They don't care. We've said this. People think we're just saying this now. There's going to be people thinking on August 1st, 2024, we decided to just say this now. But oh my God, we've said this so many times that we would show up at these card events. And this was before anybody showed up at these cards events, right? This is when we were like the only idiots that showed up at these stupid card events. Way before Mojo started shaking hands, way before Jeff Wilson started telling people to collect cards, we were showing up at these stupid card events. And what would we say? I can't tell you how many times I said it. We would be in the room. We would look around the room and we wouldn't see anybody wearing a nice, I would say this, they're not wearing a nice pair of pants, not wearing a nice pair of shoes. Nobody has a nice watch. Nobody has a nice backpack. Nobody has any fucking self-respect for themselves. And I was like, this industry is a joke. This industry is a joke. People would laugh. Oh, you're a hater. Oh, you're stupid. Blah, 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 blah. And this was when Topps Chrome hobby boxes were $40. Topps Chrome hobby, not a fucking value box, not a blaster box, the hobby box with not one autograph, 2 autographs in it was $40. Like that was like full price. You could have used a promo code at CB Hobby and probably got it for like 36 back then. We were like, this shit's a joke. And now the price has fucking increased so much. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't know where people are getting this money. And now we're opening up cases of fucking Optic. And you're pulling 19 fucking million of these stupid downtown cards. Which are just, I mean, there's nothing about these cards that are rare. There's nothing about these cards that is really interesting. The designs I don't find particularly interesting. I don't think they look that great in a cabinet. And from 10 feet away, which is about what we're looking at this, the perception and the view that we're getting of this scan of cards, they look like normal baseball cards, Ryan. These look like normal football cards. These look like $2 football cards.
Trash.
It's trash. 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 But this is what's getting sold on the generation is, oh, you gotta get the downtowns. You gotta get the downtown and the kabooms. I mean, I'm hearing people, I want a whole table of downtown and kabooms. You want
how
this?
ugly that fucking card is.
I mean, it's garbage.
It's trash.
From 10 feet away. I mean, Jalen fucking Waddle.
$500.
$500. $500 for like the third best wide receiver on that team. On a team that's not even that good. Miami Dolphins are not even that good. I forget who just bounced them out of the playoffs. They might have been the Chiefs. But they got fucking booted out of the playoffs.
There you go.
So
here's
I
Kenny
don't know.
Pickett.
Kenny Pickett, who doesn't, I mean, might not even throw another football in the NFL.
Look at this. It looks like my a third grader made this card.
I don't know. I really don't know. The backs are not that interesting.
The
There's nothing
backs
about
are-
these.
Yeah.
There's nothing about these cards that are interesting at all. And then, the funny thing, Ryan, is like there's those color blast cards. What's so funny is like if you go on like Adobe, like all the color blast in the background is literally an Adobe stock image. Like if you go on Adobe stock and search like color blast or color whatever, the exact like Panini just pays these like Filipino VAs, $4.50 an hour to design these cards. Like that's who's designing cards. This is not like real artists. These are like, D-level design, like graphic designers that are designing these cards. And guys are literally paying $500 for maybe the third best wide receiver on like maybe the 10th best team in the NFL. I mean, this is why we're able week after week, Ryan, picking up Pearl Jam signed albums, Pearl Jam signed items, Kobe Bryant signed items. Like Kobe Bryant has actually done something in his life to where his shit is worth something. Oh my God, we have a call. Interrupt this shitting on downtowns. A very special phone call. Christine.
Gentlemen, how are you?
We're fantastic. Where have you been?
I wrote a letter to you guys, but you didn't open the box.
I have not. I have.
It was explaining everything. So.
Okay. Well, I will open the box and read the letter. But
Is it a love letter? What's in the letter?
I just wanted to thank you guys for everything. And I tried calling a few weeks ago, but I was blocked. But I'm here now, and
I'm blocked.
My uncle went to the emergency room with appendicitis, but it ended up being stage 4 liver cancer, and it metastasized, and it's everywhere. He doesn't have long. So I haven't been doing well, but I'm okay. Here to talk about cards and what's going on. Take my mind off things,
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
And then even ugly designed downtown cards can take your mind off slightly more serious things.
What's the obsession with them?
These kids have nothing better to do. They're not getting laid. They're not going out on dates. They're not following Christine on Instagram, let alone Miss Sarah Rips. That I think is happening. I mean, I legitimately think that is what is happening. They're sure as hell not getting married or having kids. We know that.
No.
There's all the data that points to that. So I don't know. I mean, do you find these downtown cards entertaining or worth collecting or
not at all?
No.
I've been collecting baseball, like rare rookies from like say 2000 to about 2014-ish, like that. Mostly players that are going to be in or on the cusp. So I've been collecting those. Like
so actual autograph cards.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Actual autograph cards? Is that what you said?
Some, yeah, some, and like I got a 2005 Bowman Chrome Refractor Justin Verlander rookie, and I got it for like $40. So I've been looking for bargains. I got a Chris Sale Bowman Sterling Black out of 25 autograph rookie, Kristen Yelich rookie, same year. So just autograph or a rare card like Zach Greinke's 2002 Bowman Chrome, kind of cards like that. Some autographs here, some graded, some just regular.
And how are you buying them? Are you buying them on eBay? Are you going to card shows? Are you getting on
eBay.
TikTok? eBay?
eBay. I have a lot of good relationships on there. So I'm honest. Before they had the instant pay, I always paid instantly. And I always give, great feedback, whether I like the card or not. I don't believe in doing that. It's like tattletaling. I don't believe in ratting people out, except if they're trying to scam people. But speaking of card shows, I'm glad you brought that up. Dave and Adams, they're having a show September 1st in outside of Buffalo. It's Amherst, like 20 minutes from my home. And I've been emailing and calling all week to try to get a table. They're free, but I said I'll buy 3 tables. And apparently they don't want women in the show because I haven't heard a thing back from them.
Do you think if you were a white male, you would have heard back from them?
Oh, I probably would have got 20 tables.
You would have got 20 tables. So they're setting up a show. They have a show in about a month, I guess that is. Yeah, about a month. Tables are free, and you can't even get a free table from them.
No, and I even said, thank you, Rhonda. I even said that I would pay for them.
And you get no response.
No. So, I mean, I'll live. But well, I don't really like that policy. So, and then, anyway, there's bigger things in life right now in my life. But, I wanted to talk about the National second. I saw an autograph or a video by Flip Flop there. And a man pulled 101 Wembayama.
Yeah.
He was talking to Jeff Wilson. And Jeff Wilson said, we'll just call him Flip Flop. I despise his name. Told him it wasn't a real rookie card, even though it said rookie card on it. And he said a 1 of 10 went for this, so it only go around for this. And he conned the guy into trading for like a Sam Darnold graded downtown and 2 other scrubs. And he's like, oh, I'm going to PSA right now and get this. And then I'm going to get it graded. Then I'm going to resell it. Oh, man. And I'm like, wow. I thought that was disgusting. You could tell the guy, he was a little naive, and he called out like his outfit and stuff, like that scrub up there right now. I just thought it was disgusting. I'll tell you what, I went to a card show in Batavia. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Niagara Falls. And there was a Gretzky graded rookie from SGC. It was like a 6 or 7. And the guy said, oh, you could give me $300 for it. And I said, sir, that's too low. I can't do that to you. I understand the buyer should know, but sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes people are naive. And I said, no, I can't do that to you. I said, that's worth a lot more than that. Can you walk into traffic? What does that mean? Are you talking shit? Who's this? Who's that idiot?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. The
fucking
chat,
moron. Wow, what a tough guy. That's the kind of guy who would jump into a ring with a woman and punch her in the face saying he's a woman.
Yeah, exactly. He probably shopped at Dave and Adams instead of CB Hobby as well. Instead of saving 10% off at CB Hobby, he probably buys his boxes at Dave and Adams with that.
Oh, without a doubt, with nice overhead. And all their bullshit shipping. I order from them a couple times for a couple things, and they charged me $13 shipping. I got it the next day. I mean, it's local mail here, so
Yeah.
I've been trying to stay away from them. And Jason Moran, you got a lot of nerve. I said my uncle's dying. I'm his only caretaker, and you're asking me to walk in traffic. I mean, to me, you're a fucking punk. So when they opened the letter that I sent with the flip flops, all my information's in there. You could come by anytime. I know real tough guys.
Can I come by anytime, Christine?
Anytime, Ryan.
Yeah,
Anytime.
right.
Doors always open.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Colin, you're welcome as well for dinner and stuff. But I think Ryan's talking about something else.
You're damn right. I'm talking about dessert. We skipping a meal. We go straight to dessert.
Ryan, you come. Ryan and Colin, you come over for a Sunday meal. That would be fine.
Sounds good.
Nice Italian meal. But I looked at the national. Hold on, I was reading what. Oh, they repacked. Thank you, Rhonda, for that. I was also wondering, why is their show free? It doesn't make sense.
Maybe just to promote themselves or promote the dealers there or something. Bring people into the shop. Where's the actual show taking place? Is it at their shop or?
Yes,
at their shop. Probably just to bring people in. Maybe little goodwill and spice up the environment and get some
with all men
faces in there. Well, I mean, you saw the videos from the national from our hobby hero over here, Jeff.
Did I? I mean, wow. Sometimes when I see things, I'm glad I'm single. I couldn't believe what I was seeing at the national. I mean, these guys. Okay, if you have money, you have money. It's not my business what you do, just like it's not anybody's business what I do with my money. But they're overpaying for scrubs. I mean, he went around. I was watching Flip Flop with his son, and he couldn't believe he didn't want Caitlin Clark or Bijan. Or no, he didn't want a Caitlin Clark card, but he wanted Bijan Robinson. And they paid I think $6,500 for it. He's a running back for the Falcons. Are you kidding me? I just didn't understand anything that was going on, and I heard a lot of people say, less known people who had videos, that there weren't a lot of tables there because they didn't have the room, so everybody's cards were just inflating. Now, what I'm saying is, I wanted to go to the show. I put all my cards in 25-cent box, 50-cent box, $1 and up after that. But I'm not, if the card's not that good, I'm gonna charge $0.25 for it. And some of the cards I'm charging $0.25, they want $10-12 for it. I mean, I don't understand. I understand capitalism, I understand greed, but I mean, that's why I've just been collecting my own thing. I don't really follow the leader. I've never been a follower. I just really just march to the beat of my own drum, if you want the truth, but I just was a little disappointed at what I saw at the national and David Adams.
Maybe DA is listening and they can reach out to Christine, maybe even reach out through us, and we could put you in contact, and maybe we can get you a table at the show, because it'd be fun to hear your experience setting up at a show. And
no, I have no experience, but I mean, I've seen these guys. If they could just do it, I know I can.
If our boy Jeff can do it, I mean, come on, anybody can do it.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna spend $10,000 on a Bijan Robinson 28 out of 999. I mean, I don't understand it, but I don't understand Downtown or Kaboom. I think it's just what they hype and what people see they want to buy. I mean, if it's your favorite player and you want to save it or something, I'm not knocking it. It's just not my thing. That's all. I haven't been collecting modern because, like I said, I want the big guns that are going in the hall. I have a a rare Bowman blue Kershaw of his rookie year, his true rookie year, and that's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I have a lot of nice cards now, and like I said, I lost all the ones I had in the accident, but instead of buying those, I just started investing in these. So it was smarter investing. That's all.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Someone said they couldn't believe I was level-headed tonight.
Are you sober tonight, Christine? Have we dipped into any medication?
Oh, I don't
any
drink or do
elixirs?
drugs.
Oh, we're New York sober over there, right? I mean, what the hell's
Yeah,
going on?
I still have a great time. You wouldn't be able to tell. I have so much fun.
Oh man, I can't wait. You know, we are going to be in the New York area in a couple weeks. Any chance you're going to be at Fanatics Fest? I mean, what's the deal there? Can we
Yeah,
get
I'm gonna
you
go
down to
alone.
Fanatics Fest?
That's a good time.
And we're going to be there. You're never alone when we're there. You just hitch up to the Sports Card Radio bus and
Well, come
you never
by
know what might
because
happen.
I went to the knee surgeon to get a replacement, and he said I don't do replacements anymore. And I was like, why am I here then? So I had to start the process all over again.
Oh man.
But it's good enough to get on a bus. I could tell you that.
There we go. We get on a bus. We get a little electronic wheelchair or something. We zoom them around the
can
Javits
walk. My
Center.
God, I'm only 51. I can walk.
Oh,
I'll be fine with
you said you needed a new knee. You said
Yeah,
you needed
but
a new
it can't
knee.
get any worse unless it explodes. It can't get any worse. So who cares?
And you can still walk?
Yeah, I danced on it. I went to a wedding. I danced, everything. I had a ball.
Oh,
It can't
we
get worse.
expect to-
Can't get worse unless it breaks in half.
we expect to see you at Fanatics Fest then. I don't know what the holdup is then.
I don't know how to get in. I didn't get a ticket. I don't know how to get into those places. I don't have anywhere to stay, and I'm just gonna fly in and look like an idiot. No, I'm not doing that.
I heard Michael Rubin was rolling out the red carpet for us. So I mean, you know, we should have a 50th floor penthouse for us and all our fans to stay at in New York City.
Is that a true story, or are you just talking shit?
I am just talking out of my ass. Somebody from Fanatics did
like,
contact us. There was no promises of a white party and
I would you better stay away from those parties. They'll have you hopping around like a bunny on a tennis court, like they did that one rapper. Stay away. You want none of that. You're gonna get diddied.
Maybe, yeah. You don't want to be like cornered in a room. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you'll have all the cards you ever wanted.
Oh my God.
25 downtown cards.
Yeah.
The rarest of the rare.
That's for all the loaded boxes.
Third string running backs for the Falcons.
Yeah. Mitch Trubisky rookie cards.
Yeah, that's what we need.
I'll tell you what, the Bills look good this year. Best thing they ever did was get rid of Diggs. Best thing they could have done.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, that Keon Coleman is something else. He is going. He has a 3.5 foot vertical leap, and he was just going over people, one hand catching. I mean, the defense, we look good. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Coleman, Curtis Samuels never really had a great quarterback that he ever played with, so that's a plus. Scantling, they said Chase Claypool. Dean Travis. Christine is boring me. Next, why don't you call in Dean Travis? Let's see how much fucking fun you are, you piece of shit.
Talk about his downtown cards.
Always talking shit, man.
He can show us our downtown cards.
You know what I call that? Phone muscles. People talk shit over the phone, but when you see them, they don't say anything. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Phone muscles to a woman. Well, let me tell you, I got a lot of tough guys in my family. Come on by, Dean Travis. See how fucking smart you are then. I'm so tired of people. I'm beyond tired of people.
Would you slap him with a flip-flop? Or would you say that you would slap him?
No, I said I had a lot of tough men in my family.
But would you slap him with a flip-flop?
After he was down and out, without a doubt.
Yeah. You give him a little
smack.
That's
ignorant to me. That's ignorant. That men gotta come on. They're talking about my looks. They're talking about my breasts, which you've never seen. They're talking about this. They're talking about, you don't know me. They don't know anything about me. I'm not gonna be on here
Is
and
this
let
this
people talk
typical of
about
men?
me and
I-
not talk shit back. That ain't me.
I-
I don't play double standard.
Is this typical of men, or do you meet like really nice guys out in kind of public?
Phenomenal
And
people I meet out. It's on this chat.
so the chat is toxic, is what you're saying?
I think these guys like to talk about women because of their own problems and their looks. I could talk about anything if I'm boring, Dean Travis. Come on, what do you want to talk about? History, geography, science, art, literature, sports? I'll put you to shame talking about sports, Dean. I will embarrass you. I'm highly educated. I was going to go to law school, but I got a 4-year degree in environmental biology instead. So, I mean, I know what I'm talking about, Dean. I mean, I hope, you cook the fries well at McDonald's. That's the best thing about it, Wear a fucking paper hat like a bitch.
Wow.
I'm not gonna sit here and let people talk about me. Nobody talks to men like that to their face. You're not supposed to talk to women like that. But you want me to act like an asshole? I'll be an asshole. I don't care about these people. I don't know what they look like, and I don't care about them. I'm not kissing anyone's ass, especially Dean fucking Travis.
I love it.
Christine, you got anything else to say to the haters? I think you have some fans too, but do you have anything else to say?
No,
to
they're
Dean
not
and
worth
all your
talking
haters?
about. I like to just thank everybody in the chat. Rhonda, always nice seeing you. I'm glad you're in here.
Shout out Rhonda.
Oh, I'm unemployed. Okay. Yeah, I'm poor. I live in a box. My home's paid for, and I have 2 cars.
Yeah,
paid for.
you got to get out of
Bitch.
that chat, girl. You can't be reading that chat. You got to just close that down.
Hey, the chat likely follows Roth cards, but then doesn't follow any of the females in the hobby. So that's all you need. That's all you need to know.
Love you, Rhonda. Guys, thank you for everything. Tim, hope you're having a blast, man. Phenomenal Olympics. Let me know if you meet up with Snoop at all, because he's been seen around there. Gentlemen, thank you for everything. Wow. And I'll watch the rest of your show. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you, Christine.
Thank you, Christine. Good seeing you. Appreciate that. You did send us a package.
Snoop has Olympic rings or a Olympic pin, and it's blowing the Olympic rings out of a blunt, basically.
I saw that. Yes. I can't remember. Yeah, somebody shared that, but that is the hot collectible at the current time. Yeah, right up there at the top there. That's it right there.
That's Coco Gauff's.
Oh, Coco Gauff, most overrated tennis player of all time. But
yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I'm like the most whitest guy. I watch like golf and tennis. I haven't watched a lot of baseball this year. Barely watched any basketball. I'll definitely watch football. But I watched Wimbledon, Roland Garros, fucking French Open, and watching a lot of women's tennis. Not a lot of the men, but I'm a fan of Novak. And watched a lot of golf these days.
Alcaraz.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen him quite a bit. He's great. The RNC is calling me, guys. I've been known to donate, so they're calling me, looking for a check. The downtowns, I think we can all agree. These are, this is crack to a lot of people, but it's watered down. It's cut with all this other shit. But this is what the kids love these days, and maybe we're getting to the age where we don't get this type of stuff, but this generation is not following the right people in this hobby. They're getting led down a path of financial ruin by the Jeff Wilsons, Mojos, card collector twos, Roth cards. I mean, these guys have to get money from the government to take vacations and buy nice things. And when they actually have to get to work, it's not good. Mealy Pops.
Mealy Pops is back in the house.
Mealy Pops. Well, he's kept a low profile. He's kept a low profile ever since selling some G.I. Joe cards. Similar to what's been going on with Shine, I think.
With our boy Shine over here. Yeah, on the PJ. Yeah. So pretty interesting stuff. So we'll see what happens really. It really, when the hobby boxes or something at retail gets opened up. Actually, I think this product may have already come out at retail. But when the regular hobby boxes start getting open in the cases, and if they're either loaded with downtowns as well, or they are not, that'll be very interesting. I don't expect any comment from Panini America, which is par for the course. And I think before Christine called in, you were talking about how 5-10 years ago, when the Ferris wheel was still working at the IX Center, we were one of the few people in this hobby being like, dude, Panini sucks. And it was all these breakers and all these stupid people setting up hobby shops that were like, oh no, Panini's big and Tracy Hackler's awesome. You know who has echoed the statements that Panini sucks and this industry sucked and the marketing for this industry fucking sucked? You know who says that word for word is Michael Rubin.
Yep.
He talks about what a sleepy industry this thing was for years.
Yep.
Is that a topless girl in front of his daughter?
I think that's his wife.
This is his wife. Oh.
Yeah. Oh. That's his wife.
Okay.
In a bikini.
Tim, you know Ruben's wife, right? You've been acquainted with her before?
I will.
Are these one of your kids right here, Tim? Are one of these your kids right here? Do we need a DNA test? Do we need Maury Povich on the line? You are not the father. We have another call in. We have a hobby celebrity calling in.
We do. This could be considered an influencer.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hobby celebrity. Ziggy, how we doing?
Low celebrity on the totem pole. Very, very low. So why are you guys going to Fanatics Fest? I'm super excited to meet up with you, but I'm curious why you are choosing to go there over everything else going on.
Man, did you hear what the fuck happened in Cleveland? I mean, the place sucks. It was like 3 hours to get in. Everybody smelled. It was the same show it was 10 years ago. I mean, at least with this.
Look, I saw, what's his name? Sports Card Dad's Airbnb. It looked like my grandma's condo from 1987. So at least at the Fanatics Fest, we're staying at a 5-star hotel. And I do have a confirmation from multiple people that are from New York City and know the area that say it is a very, very, very fine establishment where we are staying. You can fly into New York City. There's a lot of other things in New York City that I want to check out. There's the Diamond District, Trump Tower, Wall Street, 9/11 Memorial, things like that. I've never been to New York City that I would like to check out. I've never been to New York City, but I would consider it if I had to rank cities, certainly in the United States, but I think in the world, I think you have to put it up pretty high to the top in terms of destination cities. Can't say that about Cleveland. Can't say that about. I've been to Cleveland.
Yeah, I
can't say that. So to me,
I was going to go to Cleveland.
Go ahead.
I was going to go to Cleveland twice and I turned around because I listened to other people's videos and I was just like, I don't need to do this. I think the exciting reasons to go are no longer there. I want to do Fanatics Fest from the beginning. You cannot emphasize enough how much. If you've never been to New York City, that is modern day Rome. It's the center of the world. It's a city that literally never sleeps. There's always something going on. I'll also say I found some good rates on Airbnb. I have family in the area. I'm taking a train up from DC. I'm super excited. I also don't care if it's a bust. I don't know if it will be, but if it's not going to be a bust for those people who go. Like you'll get even more, in my opinion. So I'm just surprised people aren't talking more about it, and I hope they don't. Don't care.
Yeah, I think. I think somebody from Fanatics reached out to us. I don't know if it was related to Fanatics Fest or not. I haven't read the email, but I think if they want people to get excited about it and go, the thing to really get people excited about is exclusive cards, exclusive sets, different types of things that you could put. It doesn't have to be free. It can be like, hey, an exclusive set of Topps Chrome, an exclusive set of the new rookies that are coming out, or whatever. They have all these exclusive athletes. Like, promote stuff like that. That would get people in the door. I think just seeing Tom Brady at an event, we've all seen him on TV. We'll all watch him commentate football games. So that's actually not overly exciting. Paying $200. I was listening to I think the Mojo Break podcast, and they were talking about the pricing to just take a photo with some of these people is like $200. So I don't think, when you're in the door and you spend all this money to get to New York City or whatever, like then pulling out your wallet and paying $200, $500 to take a photo with one of these athletes, not overly, it's not going to get, like, we can get this experience in Cleveland. We can get this experience at most card shows. We can get this experience somewhere else. And so they will have to deliver on something other than that. Could be Spike Lee talking, could be Stephen A. Smith talking, could be Gary Vee talking. There could be some value there. But I think how they really turn this into an exclusive event is very similar to Comic-Con. There are certain packs of cards, there's Funko Pops, there's stuff that gets released at Comic-Con that is worth a lot of money.
We got our girl showing up. Photo op's only $99.
Oh, no,
that's sold.
Oh my God.
How do you buy tickets to that? Sold.
It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up because the line's gonna be out the door for that. So we're excited about it. Now I'm excited. Now
I'm jacked now.
What's her autograph?
I'm super excited.
$100.
I'm super excited, guys. I also want to let you guys know I did. Brandon Ryan, he's in the chat every now and then. He sent me an image of yours. And I did make some T-shirts for you that I'll have at the Fanatics Fest.
Wow. Oh, my God.
If you respond to an email, I'll ship these out to you before. If not, I'll have them there. I'm just going to rip this open. I think this is a really cool T-shirt, guys. Can you see this or no?
Oh, you got to turn your green screen. Your green screen's fucking it up. Oh, now we got it.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I'm loving that.
This is
I
saucy.
can't even tell what that is.
That's pretty cool.
I think it was when we were at a card show and we did like the Seablaz dance.
We did the Seablaz dance.
Yeah, the two brothers are out dancing. Brendan Ryan took this and kind of, did his touch to it. Added your logo.
Very happy about that.
Put it on a couple T-shirts. I would say if you get some graphics to him, he could put together some amazing stuff. If he's in the chat, good guy. But I'll be there and I'll have some T-shirts for you guys and some other people. They're free to anybody who connects us up there. Also, I'll just mention I'm working on something. Can't talk about it now, but I did send you an email, and you're gonna be excited about it. I'd like to probably reach out to you for some advertising in the future with something coming soon that you'll like.
I like that.
So read my email. We will talk at Fanatics Fest. I'll make some introductions and more exciting stuff coming. Just want to say hi, guys. Thanks again. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, look forward to it. Yeah, we got a couple weeks. Feels like a couple weeks, and then we're.
Okay, wait a minute. I was not excited about going to this thing.
Ryan, Livy done photo op for
$100. Now I have gotten a whole nother level of excitement for this fucking Saturday. I wasn't even planning on going to this thing on Saturday. Now I literally might be camped out in front of the thing like a homeless. I'll just kind of slide into somebody's tent or whatever. I'm sure they're out there somewhere.
Yeah, you'll fit right in, I'm sure.
Oh my God, am I excited now?
Here's what I'm wondering, Ryan. Okay, so it's a photo op. Sometimes you like take a photo with somebody and you kind of put your arm around. Would it be appropriate to put your arm around Livy Dunn? Or what? What if she puts her arm around you? Does that then give you permission? And do you go for like the shoulder, or do you go mid back, or do you like where do you position yourself in that situation?
I've got 16 days and counting to think about where I'm going to position my hand on Livy Dunn. That's for damn fucking sharp. Man, nice. This just got me way more excited about this damn thing than I was.
Okay.
I was not incredibly excited about it. Whether it goes one way, now I'm in.
We'll do merchandise where it's a photo of us with Livy Dunn.
I
wonder if they can get both of us in the photo.
Please.
Or if we have to like each, I mean, we can each pay 100, but both be in one photo. And then we can put that on a t-shirt. I think that would sell.
Wow. So shout out to that. Shout out to ZiggyNo. Shout out to Brendan Ryan with the t-shirt. So we're gonna be loving those. So I got the Bill's Donut shirt over here somewhere. So we need some sports card investor shirts to walk around the national in, I think.
Those chicken wings look good.
Those chicken wings looking slamming right here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always hungry, but those look good.
So I don't know. I didn't watch the trade. We had a couple people email us about these trades that Jeff was doing, and that he ripped somebody off, or this happened. I don't know. I haven't watched them. It's tough when you're there and the fucking internet doesn't work and you're on camera and you don't know the comp off the top of your head. I could actually imagine it could be fairly difficult. I think the internet was a little spotty for parts of the show, and that can make it a little difficult.
I would just say in general, selling your cards to Jeff Wilson and even any of these major influencers, like I just don't think you're getting top dollar. Like I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I know we've seen Jeff get ripped off in the past. I think he traded like a Michael Jordan fucking autograph card for like a bunch of fucking cards.
James Harden, I think James Harden, I think.
So I think there are times when Jeff is the mark in the transaction, and he's kind of the sucker. But sometimes it's like, it's like taking, like if I wanted to sell like a Rolex watch or something, I know who to take it to where I'm getting the top dollar. Maybe not the top dollar to sell it to the end buyer, but I'm taking it to the dealer that's paying the top dollar, and they'll polish it up and they'll make $500 off of me. They're not going to double their money off of me. You take your Rolex to a pawn shop and they'll offer you $5,000 for something that's worth 10. And so I get the feeling
over here, man. Damn, he's sweating.
I mean, he may have had those chicken wings and maybe they were spicy.
Maybe.
So he this is a big deal for him too. I mean, he's got the Guardians, Yeah, my man's been putting in those chicken wings, so nothing wrong with that. Right. This is what the hobby's all about. Guys like that right there.
Exactly.
Works hard for his money, works hard for his cards, and then he takes them to a show and gets ripped off by a well-dressed white man. That's America for you right there.
Oh, he got his internet working, so he shouldn't have no problem with the comps. But what's the comp on the Jalen Waddle? $488 for a 2021 downtown. So that's why this is such a big deal, because people are like, oh, it's cool if you were in one of these breaks, or if you were like this guy and you pulled one of these, you bought a case for yourself and you pulled 27 downtowns, and that's fucking awesome. But what if they like overprinted the downtowns for some reason, which I think is fairly unlikely. I think there's a scenario here where these got accidentally, and I think it's probably accidentally. I don't know why Panini would purposely load up so many of these cases. This is a product that's probably already sold out, that they probably don't have a problem selling at all, with no customer service, with no communication, with no marketing plan. They literally can sell out of this product because they have surrogates and breakers and essentially casino operators running on Fanatics Live 24 hours a day. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Maybe if you just got slipped extra in the box. Again, I did hear that these were being printed in Mexico. We are aware that the Fanatics has bought one of the few remaining sports card printers in the United States, and they have a majority ownership in that. And so that's why Panini products are now the red-headed stepchild and probably don't get printed on a timely way. But I have heard that Panini has jumped over the wall and are printing products in Mexico. So perhaps this is an issue with production. Now, this is a product that got delayed. It's fucking August. This is 2023 Optic. I mean, this should have came out literally 6 months ago, probably, or more, 8 months ago. It's been delayed. It's been delayed. It's been delayed. Maybe this is one of the reasons why it got delayed, is because there are issues with collation. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think people who are holding a bunch of downtowns want to see the downtowns dilution. But maybe Panini doesn't care and they don't give a fuck. And either way, I don't expect to hear from them. If it was a mistake or if it was on purpose, I doubt we hear from them.
Someone said there's more downtown in Kabooms than there were cases printed.
It's very likely. I mean, they hit 27 in one fucking case, and these were only supposed to be one per case. And I think there were probably, people were trying to guess, it was like 150 to 250 hit on the first night between all these little breakers. Between Backyard, I mean, Backyard actually didn't get the most. It was like Little Pullman pulled 55 in 3 cases or something. So everybody was having a party opening this stuff. Now, it wasn't every case. There were some cases that were fairly regular, had none, or had whatever, 1 or 2. They were also hitting some of the gold and some of the black serial numbered ones. The regular ones aren't numbered. The regular downtowns aren't numbered, but the golds and the black ones, there's some numbering. I think that one's the 10. So something to keep an eye on. Certainly, if you're buying this stuff, if you're a breaker, if you're into this stuff, we'll see what Panini decides to do. Now, I did see, Colin, this is pretty astonishing. There's literally an update to a story that we're going to cover, and it looks like, man, they must have been watching the show because they posted this like right when we went live. So it'll be interesting that we literally have like a live update to a story that we're about to cover. I don't know if you want to get into it.
Well, I mean, might as well.
No better time like the present.
Damn right.
Let me check on our prices of our Jalen Waddle's at $488. Our Kenny Pickett is at $214. Where the hell is he these days? Is he with Desmond Ridder and Will Greer and all the Jeff Wilson buddies? It's like where's Kenny Pickett these days? I remember people
he'll be with Bijan Robinson.
Man, Bijan might actually get some carries. Like, he might actually do something, but he's not a quarterback, so inevitably nobody will care. But anyways, like a time-honored tradition, guys, we have a clip from a group breaker to watch, and we have an update. We have a response, apparently, from their Instagram that was posted right as we went live. Now, this isn't a traditional pack dipping, like there's not cards coming off the table, but most of you have watched these breaks and it's like a fucking casinos. I mean, there's wheels, there's duck races, there's cards on the table. And in this case, there's playing cards on the table that correspond with each individual team. And I'll have you watch the video. And I want you to see if there's any sleight of hand going on when he is selecting the card for the person who is participating in the break. Now, this does have sound. This is a break done by VIP Rips, who has 26,000 followers on Instagram. That has more followers than fucking Sarah Rips, Mary Gamble combined, and maybe She Breaks combined. Oh, She Breaks has 20,000. She Breaks looking amazing. Getting distracted over here. But VIP Rips,
beach.
Yeah, exactly. We need to invite She Breaks down to Burbank Sports Card Show. VIP Rips, 26,000 followers. Pretty heavy following on Whatnot and Fanatics Live. We're going to roll the tape, and then we're also going to read this response that was posted by them as well. So let me play this, and the action occurs about midway through, which is about 22 seconds within the video. Valor Sports with the 1999. Thank you very much.
Guys, you still have the 49ers with 3 downtowns. Seahawks with 2. Guys, Jaguars with 1. Broncos with 2. Dolphins with 1. Guys, set 170. Come on, man. You got Chargers with 1. Eagles, Jets, and Saints with 1. Giants have 2, guys. I mean, come on. Give me some fucking respect here. Saints taken down. Next one's rolling.
Okay. And you may have missed it because, man, our boy's sleight of hand is pretty good. But what he does is instead of dealing off the top of the deck, I think what happened here, he wasn't happy with how much the price of the box was selling for, or the spot. So he didn't want to give up one of the good teams. So he takes the card off the bottom. See, he sets a card down, flips it. Then he grabs the stack. Very, very interesting little sleight of hand move there. So you buy the team and then you get it, whatever. This is how you get your team. And then he's able to control it because he puts a card down, flips it over. Boom.
That's terrible.
Did you see that, Colin? You see how that's working out right there? It's like 2 moves there that are.
I'm still thinking about Sarah Rips and She Breaks, but
you're still thinking about She Breaks.
No, I mean, all aspects of this are not. I don't know, and maybe we're just getting old. You know what I mean? Like maybe we're just showing our age at this point. But none of this appeals to me at all. The neon lights in the background, the guy, sounding really desperate,
Yeah.
and then talking about come on, man, show me some respect. And then talking about the downtowns. It's like, is that all we're buying this product for? We're only buying it for the chance to hit the what? I mean, in this product, obviously there's 10 per pack, but most of the time there's like 1 downtown in a whole case. And so I got to get on here on whatever night this was. I don't know when it was, Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever. And then not only can I not buy the team that I want, because that was the thing with breaks, right? In the past, it was a way for, if I was a Bengals fan, instead of having to buy the whole box, I could just buy the box and get the Bengals cards. Then it started selling itself as, well, breaking can be an affordable way to get into a hobby box. That's what I would hear. I'm seeing the price written right there, $265. $265. I'm not even getting the whole box. I'm getting 1 team. And now on top of all of that, he gets to pick the team for me. And it's through some fucking, I never thought, and I don't know how we got here, but this idea that we have these decks of cards. I mean, it was one thing when it was random.org. That was a little weird. And we would hit the random button 5 times or whatever. That's a little weird, honestly. But now instead of random.org, we got these decks of cards, and anybody that fools around with a deck of cards, I mean, this is pretty poor sleight of hand. I remember when we had our card shop, a guy came in, he had a deck of cards, and he could tell just by feeling the card. Every card had like a slight, and it was a standard like bicycle deck of cards, but by feeling the card, like he could deal the cards and be like Jack of clubs, ace of diamonds, 10 of clubs. And I would pull up the cards and I'd be like, how the fuck did you do that? And he was like, oh, just feel right here. And you'd feel right there. And then you would feel the ace. And I was like, I don't know. I can't really feel it. But he was like, if you just spend enough time fondling the cards, you can do this. And so, this is sleight of hand, but this can all be done. All these cards can be marked from a video. It would be hard to tell if the cards are marked. We know Phil Ivey too. Phil Ivey is famous for going into, I think, a real high-end casino and getting a deck positioned a certain way, and the deck was kind of like somewhat marked, and he asked for his assistant to sit in a certain position and deal the cards a certain way, and he took the casino for like millions and millions of dollars, and the casino I think ended up suing him. And I don't remember what happened to that case, but like marking cards, knowing how to deal the cards in a certain way. So that's why this has never made me very comfortable, because I'm like, this can be rigged in so many different ways that and we're talking about $265. $265, Ryan, 30 minutes. That's going to get you a hell of a 30-minute.
Dude, it's a photo op with 3 photos with Libby Dunn.
I mean, what are we talking about? So
what are we talking about?
So yeah, I mean, it's a photo with Libby Dunn and a massage and a release in most places. So I just don't, I don't know. And maybe this is, and I hate to like, because there's some people that I hate playing golf. It's like, I'm not going to waste my time, trying to convince you that golf is fun. Like, I don't care if you don't like golf, you think it's stupid, like I can make that argument too. But there's nothing about this that's appealing to me. Like there's nothing about this where I'm like, oh, I could see, other than you could sit at home in your underwear, fire off $265 and have a guy rig whatever he wants on the spot that he gives you. And you get to buy some overpriced football product that's come out 8 months too late. That's the only thing for me.
Dan said they released a statement.
They did release a statement. Let's go over it. VIP Rips. This is from, I think, right when we went live. It says, we want to address the issue that has risen regarding one of our breakers. VIP Rips and our breakers always operate with the highest integrity, so our customers can have a fun and valuable experience every time they break. Due to the feedback on one of the breaks last night, our team carefully reviewed the entire live stream. We also had a third-party independent forensic expert do their own thorough assessment. Okay. Wow.
That's just like I'm sure you're going to do a forensic assessment on Libby Dunn, right?
On Libby Dunn. Yeah, you're goddamn similar, right. I'm going to do that.
Very similar. Thorough examination.
Probably way more thorough, though.
Probably.
So they said, after extensive review, neither we nor this independent expert found anything nefarious or any wrongdoing. But given the questions that did arise, we are going to place protocols to prevent this kind of uncertainty in the future. So instead of doing something highly illegal, like play with cards and do wheel spins, you'll do something kind of less illegal and have some kind of protocol for your illegal activity. But they continue. We will also be making changes to our staff. So if he didn't do anything wrong, why do you need to change up your staff? But that doesn't make any sense. We will be using a randomizer wheel on all breaks and adding extra cameras in the break room for more transparency. Again, if nothing went wrong, why do you need to change what you're doing? Why do you need a randomizer wheel? VIP Rips over the past several years has been a trusted source of sports cards. We always appreciate the candor and feedback of our customers. So they said, hey, we looked into it. We hired Card Porn or some third-party forensic auditor. Maybe it was, what's his name? Sports card therapist came back out of retirement and did this for them.
It was
but
BBCE.
They said maybe BBCE, our boy Steve Hart. After extensive review, we didn't find that we did anything wrong. So what are your thoughts about the statement from VIP Rips?
It's a terrible statement. Terrible statement. Take responsibility.
Agreed.
Yeah. Just take full responsibility. You can't tell people that, hey, we did all this, we didn't see anything wrong. The customer is always right. I mean, this is like literally before you even step in. You don't need to go to business school to know the customer is always right, even when the customer is wrong. Even when the customer is in the wrong, you still have to make them feel like they are right. But this is the problem in the hobby, Ryan. We've elevated breakers. like to a status of they're bigger celebrities than young attractive females in the hobby.
Yeah.
They're actually have maybe sometimes more following and get more attention than the athletes. They get more attention than some of the cards that are actually printed and made in the hobby. And so we've elevated these guys, and they even went on about it. How, oh, we're this, that, and the other in the fucking hobby. I never heard of you, bro. You're nothing. Like, you're nothing. Without any of the product, you're nothing. Without these, without some pictures of men, you're nothing.
Aren't these guys just backyard rip? You know, everybody at this point is just copying backyard. I mean, it just looks like backyard copycats from the way these videos are shot.
Backyard rejects.
You know, these are just backyard
Ryan,
rejects.
Could you imagine if you had a daughter and she's like, Dad, here's my boyfriend.
It's like, what do you do, son? What do you do, son? He's like, I break cards on the internet. I'm like, break what? Break cards? What? Like playing cards? Like you're a poker player?
He's like, no, yeah. We use playing cards.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, and we have a team of forensic third-party auditors.
Oh, that's right.
Staff, just in case we do anything wrong.
Right. Who do you think that was?
They didn't name the third party either.
Yeah, that must have been card porn. Rob the sports card therapist.
The great urinator.
Could be the great urinator. Maybe he was the third party assessment. Now, I did notice that if you went over to their whatnot, it's pretty much shut down. There's nothing for sale. It's almost like they've got banned for a week off of.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
They're going to be back. They are not banned off of Fanatics Live. They have done some breaks as of today. So they said, hey, we looked into it. Don't think we did anything wrong. Although we are going to, I guess, change some of our staff. We're going to change the way we do things, but we didn't do anything wrong. And some unknown third-party independent forensic expert did their own thorough assessment, similar to how I'm going to assess Livy Dunn in about 16 days.
It was his mom.
So, yeah, maybe it was his mom. Maybe this is, the same people,
girlfriend.
The same people that looked into Filth Bomb Breaks. So everybody will look to just sweep this under the rug, and these guys, here they are out in front of the IX Center, not getting laid, playing football with each other. I mean, if this doesn't speak to the young people in this world not getting laid, I don't know what does. I mean, look at these clowns. Don't tear an ACL, guys. Yeah, a couple of years you're tearing an Achilles doing that. You got people in wheelchairs behind them. Fucking, they probably hit them with the football. There's that fat ass falling down. These guys are 20 years younger than us, but less athletic somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And of course, who'd they talk to? The once a year grift king, Gary V, fucking shows up at this stupid thing, and then Gary V can't wait for the V Friends live break tomorrow. Yes, fucking awesome. So partnered with Gary V at the National. Who else have they partnered with? I think we should go through. Boy, your hobby heroes better not show up on this motherfucker's page. Better not have tagged you. So it's a bunch of backyard fucking rejects as far as I'm concerned, because that's the marketing, the way these guys portray themselves. It's all just kind of backyard with different polo fucking shirts. Bunch of white guys who are fucking virgins. And excuse me, they have a Grinder account that they couldn't stop swiping. It's like Card Ladder and Grinder are their two favorite fucking apps. They're over here playing football at the fucking National like a bunch of fucking dorks. They did some sleight of hand with some cards on whatnot. playing with people's money over here. This is like $170 spot of cards, and he just picks from the bottom for you. Then they come out with a statement. Apparently, they have a third-party expert. Maybe it's Steve Hart. Maybe it's our boy Shine. Maybe it's card porn. So this is interesting. Very, very interesting. We'll see how the apps respond. It looks like they might be banned off Whatnot for a little while. We'll see if the fucking idiots over at Fanatics Live let these guys continue to break. Is this allowed? Like, is this how we're picking spots in the hobby? Is through card games that these guys can easily rig? I mean, the breaks could be rigged. The spots could be rigged. But remember, Card Collector 2 and Jeff Wilson said, hey, this is all tinfoil hat if you ever talk about loaded boxes or rigged spots or any of these breaks. It's all fucking tinfoil hat. Because those two dorks got to sell breaks to you too. You need an instruction manual to figure out how to buy into these breaks. What the fuck does this even mean, any of this shit? Ceiling 1 to 1.5K. Here's 7 names written or 5 names written down. What the fuck does all this mean? There's like 18 posted notes, Colin. What the fuck does all this shit mean?
I have no idea.
He did get called out in the end of the video, actually. He did get called out. And this post was clipped by the person who bought into the break. What does all this shit mean?
Chasers alive? I don't know.
How is any of this legal to do? Like, I don't fucking understand this.
To me, it's like, I don't care. You know, like there's a lot of shit that goes down that's not legal. And so I'm kind of beyond that point. I just don't understand how this appeals. Well, why this is this? Why we've degenerated so far?
Because they're not getting laid, Colin. They're out here at the National. These guys don't get laid, period. They're not into chicks. They're not into chicks.
I don't even think they want to. I don't even think they want to for some reason.
They're more interested in downtowns and kabooms.
I don't know. And I don't know if it's that I've gotten old. I have a family, things that used to get on my nerves don't anymore. You know what I mean? Like I was playing golf today. I did some work, hung out with my kids, doing this live. My life's not overly complicated at this point. I'm not really worried about money and things like that. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And I try to put myself, okay.
Look at these guys.
I know. I mean, we have done this. I don't know how old they are. They don't look more than maybe like 24, 25, 26. I would say no. We would not have been doing this. I mean, you were going to the National, I think, when we were still in our 20s, I think. We were going to the industry summit, I think. We might have still been in our 20s. Going to Vegas.
I wasn't sitting out in front of Orleans with a fucking Pelican case, trading pictures of men with other men who weren't going to get laid that night.
Right. And I mean, we'll be at the, what is it called? The Fanatics Fest. I saw that they mailed out my tickets. I got a notification from Fanatics. Oh, your package is going. I was like, I didn't order anything from Fanatics or whatever, but I guess it's the tickets or whatever. So those should come pretty soon. But I think people will see, like, we'll show up on Friday probably, or is it Thursday? I can't remember if it starts Thursday or Friday. But Friday. So, we'll show up on Friday, but it's like, it's like, we're going to be a lot more concerned about what's going on Friday night and Saturday night than we are.
No, Colin, we're going to be out in front when this thing starts.
And then shaking hands and shit.
Shaking hands and kissing babies.
With Livy Dunn.
Well, hopefully with Livy Dunn, but no, we're going to be out front like Mojo was so whenever the Fanatics Fest starts, this is going to be us. right there. We're going to be out here. Hey guys, what's up? We're Sports Card Radio. You can watch us every week. Oh, haven't you heard about us? Oh, you want my autograph? Oh, you want to take a selfie with me? Oh, you want to be in my vlog? Oh, you want to buy my fucking Jalen Waddle kaboom downtown? It's a PSA 9. I rubbed Kurt's juice on it.
I don't know. Maybe we're just so far removed. You know what I mean? Like, I always think like, and I got kids and stuff, so I'm thinking about this shit. It's like, you know, when they get to like 17, 18, I'm just trying to like, you know, remember what it's like to be that age and not necessarily be super hard on them in some, you know, like if they're doing what I think is stupid shit, it's like, well, you know, when we were 18, we were doing just stupid shit too. So
would you be proud of your children if this is what they were doing when they were 21, 22 years old? Would you be proud of this?
I mean, here's the deal. They could be doing worse things. They could be doing, they certainly could be doing worse things. So when I see guys like this, they could be doing worse things. So it's not the end of civilization for them to be doing this type of thing. Now, do I think they could run the business a little bit better? Also, I see just the hobby is just moving in this direction where this is quote the hobby in a lot of ways. And I mean, no wonder these cards are not selling for very much. No wonder we're seeing just across the board. It's not just the new modern stuff. Fucking Mickey Mantles have not gone up in price. You know, really across the board, we're seeing just, you know, everything just take a slide. And so, and you have to compare this. This is not compared to money on your mattress. You know, you can compare this to other discretionary things. And so, yeah,
they told us these cards were investments. Jeff Wilson told us these cards were investments. He's called the fucking sports card investor. So why can't we treat them like investments and analyze the price movement?
I think we can analyze the price movement. I think we can, and it's okay to analyze the price movements. I've never been I don't get offended when somebody calls something an investment because everybody has their own view of what an investment is. Some people look at the stock market and they consider that to be there was a tweet today, delete the Robinhood app. It's a casino. And it's like, bro, it's fucking Charles Schwab. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly, it's literally, I have the Charles Schwab app and I'm
this
fucking
looks worse
money.
than Robinhood. Like,
oh my God.
This looks more confusing than fucking Robinhood.
Fucking at least with Robinhood, my fucking, you know, it's like I can, the very first thing you see on Robinhood is like, you know, like over the past year, you know, like that's, you know, and then like how much money have I made all time on Robinhood? You know what I mean? And it's like $8,000. So at least I can see how much money I've made on Robinhood. And then like, oh, that's, you know, what did my investments do? Here it's like, man, I'm spending 200. It looks like I think I'm spending $265. I don't know. And this guy is pulling the team I bought off of like, you know, off the bottom of the deck and not even really in a very creative way. I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing nefarious happened. Nothing nefarious happened.
At this point, I'm just not surprised and not shocked at anything that is going on these breaking, you know, it's like I almost am maybe numb to it. People are like, oh, you guys should make videos and shit on this. It's like, man, even if I could make more money than what I'm doing now, doing videos on this, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd rather make videos on the stock market. I'd rather make videos on playing golf or something. You know what I mean? Like I hate to blame the consumer and the customer, but it's like, I just don't get the allure of this. I have no idea what team I'm getting. I have no idea if the
Chasers alive 2 out of 7. Do you know what that means?
I have no idea. No idea. And it's okay to have vernacular and for me to not I don't have to understand this to know that it's just not for me. It's just not for me.
But apparently nothing happened. Apparently that was just all normal, and so although they will be adding.
Chat's been saying VIP Rips is in chat right now.
Oh, look, we'll call in. They could call in and explain how this was normal. Is this normally how they? I was trying to go to Whatnot and view some of their past shows, but it looks like they've been banned on Whatnot. So they can call in and explain this, like why is their Whatnot account fucking whatever, kind of a ghost town right now? You can't even access any of their past shows.
I can go to about 8 East Pacific time, so they better call in pretty quick.
Yeah, I've got to get ready for my photo op with Livy Dunn as well. But they're more than welcome to call in and explain, like, what is this normal? Like, is this normal? Like, he literally kind of shuffles some cards, he puts them down, flips over the Saints, puts down the deck. I mean, is that how you're supposed to draw these teams? Maybe that's how every team is drawn. Just
seems to me, I would just fan out the cards and I would tell the guy to pick a number, and you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, like to me, that seems to be maybe like more of a fair. Like if you're gonna do it in a fair way, that would be. I still just don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. This doesn't appeal to me at all. Just buying cards in this way. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense to me. And you know, this is what Fanatics is pushing. You know, they gave out free break credit to kids for this. I mean, this is what they're pushing kids to get into this shit. I don't know. I don't understand it.
I mean, the cards are not going to go up in value if this is how we're breaking them. Because this is just adding a lot of like layers of cost. Like I just see this and I'm like, this is adding so much extra cost. And apparently they have employees and things like that. It's like these boxes would be a hell of a lot cheaper if we just would stop buying them like this. Like, because these guys are adding so much cost, not only to where they're doing these things, but it's like, if this stuff used to just sit around. And then you would go to the National and get a hobby box for $40. Those days would happen again. It's not like these cards are coming out of here and they're any more valuable than in the past. It's just you have this like these casino operators that are in here chopping this up like 900 different ways, and chasers, and I don't know.
We always talk about branding on this show too. Is this the way you want your Panini brand sold? Like, this is the way you want your fucking product sold? I mean, a licensed NFL product sold like this? Is any other licensed NFL product sold like this? Jerseys, hats, video games, tickets, even. Is any other licensed NFL product, any other licensed sports product sold in this like little fucking high school carnival game? Absolutely not. I think if these leagues and these people really knew how these cards were being sold, like they really sat down and watched this shit, they would be embarrassed. This is embarrassing the brand. It's embarrassing the league. This is an embarrassment. This is not how shit should be sold. By little fucking frat boys with 18 different Post-it notes. You need an instruction manual to figure out how to buy into this shit. And then if you're able to somehow figure it out and steal your mom's credit card and fucking buy into this thing, this fucking dork will fucking pick off the bottom and give you the Saints, which I'm guessing isn't exactly desirable. And one of these other teams, the Texans, the Colts, with these fucking rookies that you guys are after, AR-15 or whatever the fuck you guys want, or CJ Stroud or whoever the fuck. Those are the ones you want, apparently. So sorry, Saints fans. But nobody wants Chris Olave or whoever the fuck is on the Saints these days. I don't even fucking know. Our boy Kenny Stills, maybe, I think was a wide receiver a few years ago. But this is branding. Panini, we know they don't give a fuck. So they're on the way out. They're going back to Italy in a few years. No other licensed product is sold in this particular way. Carnival game by fucking frat boys who aren't even getting laid.
Valor Sports Cards keep saying to check DMs because he has info on VIPs.
He gonna have to call in. I don't check DMs live on camera. Like, call in. Like, we don't need private conversations. Call in. Like, there's nothing private about this. Just call in, and yeah, you know what I mean. Like, we don't need to fucking do DMs. We don't need private phone conversations. You don't need to pull me off for 5 hours at the Fanatics Fest and talk to me about a tweet I made 5 years ago. Like, just call in and fucking tell us. Really that simple.
I don't know. I don't know. This just doesn't seem. This doesn't seem like the direct. And you know, how did we get here? You know, like, how did we get to this spot where this is what we've degenerated into in this hobby? Just doesn't make me that excited about certainly I'm not excited about any of the new product. I mean, like, you know, like the newest card I'll have sitting around here is like this Michael Jordan card. So it's like, I just not super excited about any of this new product. Not excited about anything that really Topps and Fanatics has going on. Cause this is actually pretty typical. I remember we would have backyard breaks or something running in the background. And I'm like, what? They have decks of cards, they have dice, they have wheels and duck races and all this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, this is like, no wonder these guys, no wonder they're kind of running up to a wall in terms of how much money they can make in the hobby. Because there's only going to be like a certain amount of people in this hobby that are going to like gravitate to this. It's never going to be that big. And in fact, I think it goes in the other direction. I actually think it goes in the other direction. We have a caller. This is Will. How are we doing?
What's up, buddy?
That's good.
Talk to us, buddy.
Hey, you know what's funny? I had a question about the repacks a few months ago, and I wasn't able to get some clarification. So I sent you guys DMs, not to secretly talk. I wanted to see if you can put it on the screen real quick.
I don't want to click on the messages because then everybody whose messages will see. Is this a repack that VIP Rips did?
Moonshots? Who does moonshots?
I have no idea.
So what's funny is they had a repack on the table. They put in 12 repacks in a break. And funny enough, it doesn't come in a sealed case. It's individualized, and the chat obviously can't pick it. But on the side of the repack, says specifically what is in the repack. BGS, PSA card, a one-touch, and they don't show that to the chat. And
I mean, isn't that par for course for the repack game that you really don't even know what the fuck you're buying into?
But the seller knows what they're putting on the table. Meaning that they're able to put in a PSA slab on this one, a one-touch, a BGS, an SGC. It says it on the side of the repack, on the outside of the repack, but we're unable to see it as customers.
Oh, I see. So that the person breaking it can look and to see what is inside.
Can I put it in the chat over here, maybe? It's amazing to me.
I think we might have lost it. It is something I could pull up on the next stream, and I actually understand what he's talking about. He's talking about that on the box of the repack. It kind of says, "Hey, it's a PSA slab, it's a BGS slab, it's a SGC slab," but the viewer, the person actually buying into the break, doesn't actually see that. So the breaker themselves can kind of maybe know what's coming.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I love this statement. I think ChatGPT could have done a better job, honestly. And I don't know what fooled me more, was his fake bracelet or his fake accent. I wasn't sure which one got me. When is he going to call in? Why can't we get one of these breakers to call in one damn time?
They'll come up to us at Fanatics Fest and talk about how big of fans they are of us, but yeah, when it comes time to call in, trust me, we ain't gonna see these guys.
It's unbelievable, man.
I don't think they want to face the music here, because I could go through their old breaks. I doubt this is how they cut cards and how they choose teams. I can't imagine customers. I don't know that much about breaks, but I can't imagine customers want a process like that, where this guy's, essentially picking from the bottom of the deck.
VIP rips, I will give you $5,000 to call in right now.
There's a bounty.
$5,000 bounty. Obviously, you guys aren't breaking, so $5,000 would go far, I believe.
What do you think should happen to breakers who get involved in with it? Should the platform step in? Should Fanatics, like, what should happen to breakers who do this type of stuff?
It's pretty simple. When you're cheating and lying like this, you should be banned from the app itself.
Have you seen any breakers get banned before? Like, have you seen like that, like it happen, or is it just completely lawless? Because I actually have no idea.
It's lawless. It is the most lawless venture you could get into. There is no recourse for it. What, they take you off for a week, slap you on your hand, and then what? Do nothing. And honestly, I will call in for $1 and a bag of chips. Hobby Cage, you call in, I'll give you a Top Scrum hobby box.
There it is.
And ensure that you won't get a Winston. Well, who was it? Winston Willis or whatever, some DFA guy or something that you pulled with your son. And the beautiful part is CB Hobby has it the cheapest.
Yeah, it is the cheapest, especially with the promo code.
I'll bill you later for that.
Yeah. We'll send you a check.
But honestly, I mean, this is a recurring situation where this happens. They come off for a week or two, everything dives down, and as much as we see what they're doing, the customers are to blame as well, because when they come back, their customers will come back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Most of them had it looks like most of them had no idea what even happened in here. Like they don't even know like what is going on. They're like, hey, when's the next break? Let's get some more fucking downtowns or whatever.
And John, we pay taxes. Yeah, that's a good question. We definitely pay taxes. But yeah, I'd love for VIP rips to call in. I mean, they can do their fake accent. I won't make fun of it. I'm from New York and I don't talk like that, so it's very interesting to hear.
You never know what's going on. Are you going to be at Fanatics Fest, Will?
I will be. Yeah, I'm going to have my own booth.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll be breaking from there, and just, I don't know, I'm a one-man show, so just chilling, I guess. I'm hopeful that this is going to be good. I mean, I know you guys have your thoughts. Everyone has their thoughts. I expect you guys to be at the front door, not allowing anyone in.
We will
until they say hello to you.
Bet your ass. Yeah.
But I'm really excited for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have my own booth. Guys, come out.
We're gonna come by, and since you're your own man, we're gonna help you sort some cards too. We'll put on some gloves and help you sort some cards and after the Livy Dunn appearance. Yeah,
after the of course.
Of course, yeah.
Maybe wear gloves when you meet her or something. I don't know.
You two,
I don't know.
I hope she's not wearing
Ryan will be extra fondly after that.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed.
I agree.
I'm calling $100 that both of them are going to be too scared to say anything to her.
Probably, yeah.
And this is, but I mean, honestly, as a community, there has to be something that needs to be done, especially VIP rips and many other breakers that you've actually called out in the past that legitimately scammed customers. And it seems like the bottom line for all these whatnot and everyone else is just the dollar. You know, what do you bring in, and that's all we care about. But once you do see the private mess, the DM, you're gonna really see what I'm talking about and be like, okay, wait, they have repacks, their own repacks, and then no checklist, obviously, right? Why would we have a checklist? And then on top of that, it tells you what's inside the box. So it's like just a double whammy. This is worse than a casino. The house is gonna win big time.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't understand the repacks. I guess in some ways I understand opening new product and chopping it up 30 different ways, but when we start getting into the repacks, how easy those are to rig, it's unbelievable.
Do you feel I'm not really into repacks, but like I think with a solid checklist, I don't particularly hate them. I'm never going to do them. I've explained to everyone that I will never do a repack, but I think some people may be into it. You know, I know a lot of people are into it, especially with a checklist and transparency, meaning that, you know, we have 10 boxes. Within these 10 boxes, there's a hit, and there's no question about it. You know, I've rarely seen that being done.
There's something to do, you know, with a repack done well. It's just those are few and far between, I think, at least from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's have a repack that says straight gas. That's another one.
I mean,
good old boy, G Sports Cards. He tried to call me out. That was funny. We'll put him on the chopping block here. But G Sport Cards called me out because I mentioned another breaker was saying, "Oh, what's in the repack? It's gas." No, what's in the fucking repack? There's no checklist. There's nothing. What do you mean gas? Is there fuel in this fucking repack? What is this?
This guy?
Yeah, he blocked me. He wrote shit on he wrote that I'm a lemon, and I just messaged him. I was like, dude, I'm a grown ass man. I've been to 2 wars. What in the God's given world is a lemon? Talk to me like an adult. No, not G. No.
Wrong guy.
GEE.
Oh,
Yeah.
GEE.
I hope he's listening. I hope he could call in or say something.
This guy.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. There's so many of these guys now.
It's a dime a dozen over here.
No shit. Jesus. It's fucking unbelievable.
But if VIP Rips comes back in a week or two, it would be insane.
Oh, you know they'll be back.
I wonder who the third party was. Third party. I was trying to get their phone number so I could call them and then put them on here, but
well, they have plenty of time to call into the CB Hobby hotline and explain themselves, explain their little letter, explain their little boy over here and whatever he's doing.
What should we offer? 5,000 isn't enough. They're listening.
I don't know if I want a financial incentive for like a scammer to, you know, call in and
I'm going to do the same thing they're doing. I'm not going to pay.
What the
hell you think this is?
I think these guys are going to be back. Well, first of all, they were on Fanatics Live, you know, today. So this is all going to get swept under the rug. They're going to partner. It looks like they had partnered with Gary V, and Fanatics Live had fucking given him a shout out. So these are, you know, apparently established guys in the breaking game. And it's going to be, it is business as usual, and it'll be business as usual even after Gary V broke cards with these guys.
I mean, Gary V did a lot of, I mean, yeah, as much as whatever you want to say about Gary V, he's done a lot with a lot of different breakers. So I don't think he does, background checks on everyone.
Good Lord. I mean,
the median age of these breakers is what, 22? I think that guy still has pimples on his face. What is he, 20? I feel bad talking about children.
It is. Are we sure these guys are even over 18? I mean,
yeah.
Can they even be there? You know what I mean? Is their mom hanging around the corner?
Interesting.
It is interesting. Will, you got anything else for us?
No, I'm excited to see you guys at Fanatics Fest, and I hope everyone here comes and talks shit to me, especially just say I'm a piece of shit or whatever you want. But let's have fun. Let's try to make it fun. Where are you guys? You guys staying in the city, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All
A couple
right.
blocks away, I think.
All right, sweet. All right. Good night, guys. I know it's early for you, but it's late for me.
That's right.
But yeah, whenever you can, check your DMs. You'll enjoy it.
We will, for sure. Thanks for that, Will.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Okay, that was fellow group breaker Will offering a bounty for VIP rips to call in. Do we want to play here? Let me play the video with sound one more time for everybody.
Guys, you still have the 49ers with 3 downtowns. Seahawks with 2. Guys, Jaguars with 1. Broncos with 2. Dolphins with 1. Guys, set 170. Come on, man. You got Chargers with 1. Eagles, Jets, and Saints with 1. Giants have 2, guys. I mean, come on. Give me some fucking respect here. Saints taken down.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Give me some fucking respect here, man. Come on,
Can't
man.
just give him your money. Ryan, you can't just give him your money. You got to give him respect too.
You gotta give him respect if you want to spend $170 on a spot. You got to give him respect too.
I don't know.
So that's where we are with the hobby. It does look like maybe they're quote suspended on whatnot, but they'll be back. They'll be back, and there'll be little simpies just, buying in. Like VIP to the moon or whatever the fuck these backyard wannabes are. I mean, credit to Backyard. They have literally there's 20 copycats that just do the exact same thing that they do. And if you're somebody like Gary V, shame on you, bro. You give these guys validation when you rip cards with them. It validates these guys. It would be like us breaking cards with these guys. We never met them, and they just come up to a Fanatics and be like, "Hey, would you guys want to be in a video and break cards with us?" But bro, I got a 1:00 appointment with Livy Dunn, so I'm gonna take a rain check on that. That was just one scroll through. I bet if I scroll through this thing, I bet it's hobby hero after hobby hero. And there's their little fucking chat GPT statement. Independent forensic expert. Do their own thorough assessment. Was that Chris Gilmore or Vintage Breaks? Is that who did the assessment?
Leighton Shelton,
or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
So this is where we are in the hobby. And these guys will be back front and center. They have more fucking followers. This is what pisses me the fuck off. They have twice as many followers as Sarah Rips. They have 2.5 as much followers as our girl Mary fucking Gamble. The fuck is wrong with these little fucking virgin pussies in this industry? Following VIP Rips, and this is who they're fucking following. These fucking dweebs. Look at that. Could you spend any more time on your hair is already almost gone, so you're going to be fucked in a few years. What the fuck is this shit? Look who created this tweet. This is Fanatics Live. Fanatics Live is out there filming these fucking dorks. They could recite all 40 fucking down. They could recite the checklist for all 40 downtowns, but I bet they don't even know who Livy Dunn is. But they suck Paul Skeen's dick, though. They'd be like, "Oh, but Paul Skeen is the fucking man. Sure. Oh shit, he's the man." Sure.
I mean, on the bright side, they could be contributing less to society. I mean, it is they're scraping the bottom already, but I think they could scrape even less. We have another caller. I will say I will have to drop off if this goes long. I have to drop off at 8 because I got a Zoom call that I got to jump on.
I gotta also leave soon.
Okay.
Who we got? Crown Jewel.
Hey, what's going on? This is Ryan Kong. Can you guys hear me?
We got you.
Yes.
Hey, how you guys doing? You guys doing okay today?
Really good.
Doing all right.
All right. I wanted to comment on the whole breaking thing. I've actually talked about it with one of my friends. How ridiculous it is for how much you pay to get into a break, and then it's like not only do you have to still hit the team that has the good cards, but as well as like when you do hit the team, do you even hit that good card? Like, for instance, I hit the Houston Texans, but then you don't hit like the CJ Stroud card you want to go for. That's why I've always felt like, obviously we all, on the same page with saying, hey, this is basically gambling, it's like a quasi legal, gambling. And, one thing me and my friend were talking about was like, what we wanted to do is we wanted to change the game with breaking by actually trying to make breaks not only affordable, but like not profitable at all. Where like basically we either do like divisions of there's only 8 people that buy into the break, but like let's say the box costs $500, or like it was like 3 boxes that added up to like 700, and we divided that 700, evenly, so that nobody is overpaying. You know what I mean? And nobody's making money. It's just more of like we do this as a casual recreational fun. Obviously we want to make some money, but I don't want to say make money, but like you want to, try to hit that cool card. But more so, like it's not, we want to like change it to where it's not profitable anymore, where people start realizing like, look, these guys aren't even, they're not even spending top dollar, and yeah, they're losing money, but they're not losing as much money as everybody else that's overspending for each break spot. You know what I mean? Like that was like how we were looking at it. What do you guys think about that?
That was the origins of breaks. That was the origin of breaks. I think I probably have one of the first podcasts on breaks. That was back in 2011, I think. So it was like, 12, 13 years ago. I remember I was jumping on the blowout forums, and that's what people would do. They would get a box of whatever, gridiron football or whatever. And they would, the rules at the time is you had to put the price that you paid for the box, the price for each of the spot, what your kind of markup was, because obviously there's supplies, there's postage and handling and those types of things. So it was pretty customary to charge maybe $3 to $4 more than maybe what the total cost of the box was. But typically what it was is a New York Giants fan would put up the break. He would take the New York Giants out of the box, and then he would put up the rest of whatever, the 29 teams. And then everybody else would buy the team that they want. And that's what it was. And it was often $5, $6, $7, $8 a spot. In those days, you were breaking more kind of single boxes. I can understand with a case, it might be $50 to $100, $150, $200 or whatever it might be. But it was the origins of breaks was actually team collectors, rookie hunters, whatever it was, buying a case or a box, pulling out the team that they wanted to acquire, and then putting the rest of the teams essentially up for sale. And that's what breaking was. And then, we've generated to fucking decks of fucking cards. And I don't really mind people making money, but all this decks of cards and chasers and mixers and fucking, we were talking about the one breaker. I can't remember even what he was called, but he was chopping out spots like 10 different ways.
Filth
like
bomb,
it's just filth bomb was, it just is like, we've gone too far. At some point, this thing's going to run off the rails. Or I think kind of like Crown Jewel says, can we bring it back to its humble roots of, I'm a New York Giants guy, or I like this certain type of rookie that's out. I'm going to take the shot on this case at getting that. Everybody else can kind of take the shot at everything else. I'm going to mark it up a little bit for my supplies, my time, my bandwidth, whatever.
Kind of like host fees, right?
Yeah. I got no problem with that.
And that's what me and my friend were talking about. That's what, because I like breaking in that, like you said, from the origin, from the perspective of where the origins was, like the original way breaking was. That's how I like to break. I like to break where I'm like, let's say, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I go to the casino, I shoot $200, and I know that's my limit. Like, hey, I'm once I lose $200, I'm good. Like, I don't want to lose no more. I have my set limit, and I go about my day. I'm not expecting to win. I'm expecting to have fun. and whatever happens, and that's kind of how I look at breaking, but like on a smaller scale, not going crazy, like trying to get that big hit, and I mean, like, of course we want a big hit, but to a certain extent where we're not over here literally just giving our life savings away or putting ourselves in $20,000 debt, like it's to me, it's just astounding how I see how much people buy breaks on the regular and how much debt they're in. And like, I forgot who was it that I was watching a video. I think you guys probably seen it where the guy said the dark side of, it's kind of like a mini documentary where they say it was like the dark side of like cards, sports cards, where this guy basically felt bad because like, people were so much in debt that they were like lying to their wives saying, hey, like send this to my office. Don't send this to my home. It was like, it was getting really bad with like their addiction. And I was really shocked. I wish I would have watched it when I first got into cars because I didn't realize how bad it was. But like after watching it, I was like, wow. I was like, this is crazy. This is pretty much gambling, but in a legal, quasi way. Like, so it's just that's why I want to bring it back to like because I'll be honest, one person that I do like out there, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Mama Breaks, Stephanie Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I did like
that Mama Breaks. All right, yeah.
She's real cool, and I talked to her, and I remember one thing she was telling everybody, and I actually kind of agreed with her to an extent where she goes, when you guys break, you guys need to come here, and just remember it's about having a good time, not trying to necessarily get the best car and all this other stuff, like going all crazy. And I was like, what, she's right. I was like, because I was kind of getting like an addict, because that's why I don't gamble too much, because I know I have like a, I can become an addict. So, when she said that, I took that to heart, and I was like, you know what, I'll probably spend like $30 on a filler or like a brake spot. If nothing happens, all right, just walk away, But I want to bring it back. Like I said, I was telling my friend, I want to bring it back to where we're all just, everyone's paying a fair share, because I see some of these breakers making a living off this. Like I see them, like making a lot of money at other people's expense, where they're like, creating, it's like, and it's not like that, but, like how we were talking about, a lot of people are just, they're not, it's just become all about gambling and money. It's not about collecting sets either, which me personally, I like collecting too. I like to make a little money here and there. I like to collect, but then I also like to break for fun, like who doesn't like to go to the casino once in a while and throw $100 on the slots or on the table and try to win something and just have a good time, have a few drinks with your friends, on a casual level, But like we've all said, it's just gotten out of control. And my question to you guys is, I mean, do you think we can accomplish that? Me, and not just, I feel like me and my friend, we're gonna try to start buying these boxes, and we're gonna start trying to lower that bar. Like that's gonna be our attempt. Is we're gonna try to change the whole landscape of breaking. And I don't know if we'll be successful, but what do you guys think based on the trajectory of everything?
I think on a small scale, yeah. I mean, are you gonna, is Fanatics gonna be funneling you, pallets of cases? Probably not. But in a small way, I think if we started taking things back to, collecting certain teams, collecting certain players, or collecting for any reason, it doesn't matter. But without the neon lights and the fake accents, the fucking deck of cards, the duck races and the wheel spins and all this other shit, like I think we could just do without all of that and just get it back to really putting the attention less on the breaker, less on all the flashing lights around it, and just put it back on the cards. And hey, you're a Bengals fan, or hey, you like the rookies that are on the Steelers this year or whatever, and that's what you're looking to collect. And yeah, a small markup, but making that markup transparent. I actually think that would be a wise thing for a lot of these breakers to do, is just be truthful about, hey, I paid this much for the case. Here's what I'm selling it for. I do have to spend some on these supplies. There's obviously time to sort all this shit. There's obviously postage, bubble mailers. Here's how much I'm going to make on the case, and put it out there and actually, you know what I mean? Like actually put it out there.
Yeah.
Companies actually do that. Like we know how much Apple makes every time they sell a phone because they publish their margins and they publish how much they sell their products for. Like we know how much profit margin they make when they sell a product. So it actually doesn't hurt business to tell people how much profit you're going to make. We know exactly how much NVIDIA is making every 3 months selling their GPUs. It hasn't hurt them at all. So people can actually say how much they make. And we don't have to have all this fucking casino bullshit. Like, I think if people were just, I think they're drawing in the degenerate and the gambler, and that's fine. And those people can spend their money how they want. But this audience we would actually bring in a much wider audience if it was more mature and if it was more, if it was just the bar was raised a little bit. And look, I don't mind if somebody makes a little bit of money, but I think actually some transparency there. And hey, I paid $1,500 for this case. And then look, if all these spots sell for what they sell for, after all my expenses, I'm going to make $200. I'd be like fine with that because I know how much work goes into the case, separating it, all that stuff. It's some real fucking work. So you should make a couple of bucks, but I think it's totally fine to actually be transparent about that and actually be open about it.
Yeah, and that's my goal, honestly, because I mean, like I said, I love collecting cards. Obviously, me and my wife, we work different jobs, like that are outside of cards. And, so from time to time I sell cards where I'm like, oh, I don't really care for this player. I want to collect, like me, I'm a collector of Kyle Hamilton from the Ravens. He doesn't really pull much money as a defensive player, because not a lot of people collect defense, which is another topic I'm actually kind of wanted to talk about later on down the road about how people don't, like defensive player cards as much unless it's like a huge name, certain players, but other than that, you know what I mean? Like I just collect, guys like that. And then I want to, still do breaks just because it's like, I'm not gonna lie. I've always liked that, entertainment side of like, oh, what am I going to get? Like sometimes me and my wife, we'll grab a beer and she'll grab her wine. We'll open a box or two of Optic, pull a downtown or pull a cool card, have a good time, not really look at the price of it, just look at the fun of it and just be like, all right, move on, like just go about our lives regular, just normal, not make it into like we got to get more and sell more, make more, it's like, I want to bring that fun and I want to bring that fun environment back. I want to bring back, where it's not everyone's going, like you said, like I want to get rid of that casino thing, so that is my goal. I did talk to I forget their names. I don't know if you guys, what was those guys' names? The one that posts all the breaks of all the prices. I forget their names.
Break comp.
Yes, I talked to them and I told them once I started breaking, that's what I wanted to do was have them post it because honestly, I just want to make this not only affordable, but I just want to have fun with the community. Like even when I go to card shows, I sell my stuff a lot cheaper just because it's like I'm not trying to make money when I'm at the card show. I'm trying to build an experience, like for instance, I'm not gonna lie, I do as well wheel spin, but it's more of like a fun thing for the kids and their dad. And I tell them like, hey, look, this isn't like gambling necessarily. I said, because no matter what, you walk away with something, you walk away with a cool item, whether it's, some cards that have a bunch of random cool cards, or you walk away with a team frame, or you walk away with this. I said, I made this wheel because I wanted it to be affordable. Because when people go to card shows, I hear a lot of the things like, oh, everything's overpriced. So when I do my wheel spin, everyone's having a good time. If they spend $10 and all they get is like a repack of cards, it's like, okay, that repack of cards is probably worth like $7. The worst you're losing out is $3, but the best you can win is like a slab that's worth $300, So it's like, I try to make it fun to where it's like, it's not necessarily gambling, because obviously you always get something no matter what, but it's more about the fun experience. I had a kid and his dad, I had two kids and their dad, they went and played the wheel, right? They bought 7 wheel spins off of me. It's kind of similar to Whatnot, but it's like the way I created it was where it's like, you're going to win something no matter what. Like you don't ever walk away with, nothing, but it's the experience of like, oh, look, we got these cool cards. We got this team frame. And, the two sons got 3 spins each, right? Because they paid for 7. and the dad got the last spin. And it was funny because, you know, while I'm there, I'm literally cheering for the guy, like, come on, man, like, you know, let's get you a showcase slab. Let's get you something really cool to, you know, to kind of like have that experience with your kids. And sure enough, he actually hit like the jackpot on my wheel. You know, obviously that hurts me because, you know, I lose money from those slabs that are worth a lot, but it's not about me and it's not about the slab and the money. It's about the experience that I'm creating with that father and his sons, you know? And to me, that was a big deal. Like the dad was like, dude, he's like, I don't know much about cars. He goes, but thank you. You know, he gave me some daps and he was like, this is fun, you know? And I said, yes. I said, don't get me wrong. I know some people think this is gambling. I said, but the difference with gambling is you don't there's a chance you walk away with nothing. I said, with my will, you always walk away with something that's worth your $10 that you spend, you know? It's always going to be something worth it. And it's about creating a fun experience, you know? That's what it was for me. And I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like I want to, you know, bring that back. That, like you guys said, make this more about fun and collecting and everyone having a good time. Like, yeah, like you said, make a little money here and there, but I want to bring it back, you know, to
literally every breaker talks like that.
I apologize if I sound like a breaker like that, because I'm not trying to be a breaker or trying to rip people off. Like when I go to shows, my thing is about, I'm not kidding. Like I'm being serious. My thing is about the experience, you know, because I lose money too, you know, I lose money. But I don't lose like a lot of money. I lose like probably like maybe like 40, 50 bucks, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm like trying to show people like, hey, you know, this isn't all about money, you know? Because I have to still pay for my table. I still have to, you know, pay for parking. I still have to pay to get all the stuff, you know, that goes into the show. You know what I mean? It's like getting the wheel and getting, you know? So if I'm wrong for that,
to do that.
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
You don't have to sell gambling to do that.
But that's the thing. I don't see. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see it as gambling if they're always walking away with something. Because for $10, the worst you could walk away with is something that's worth $7. You know,
yeah,
like
I could say you can buy into this $10 break and just have $1 cards all day.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I apologize if I'm wrong for that. If I'm wrong for that, let me know because I'll stop that. You know what I mean? My goal is just to create a fun experience. And if I'm not doing that, if I'm doing wrong by that, let me know. I'll call. You know what I mean? That's I'm not trying to do that.
What shows are you setting up at? What shows do you set up at?
I set up at like my local ones, like right here. I'm in Fresno. The CVC show. Like I set up over there.
Nice.
But what do you guys think about that? Do you guys feel like that's wrong? Because if it's wrong, I won't do it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's gambling and it's wrong, but that could just be my interpretation. What do you guys think?
I think every situation is different. Hey, the packs themselves are blind. I mean, this hobby, you know, indirectly is involved with gambling with every single pack that's being opened. I think back in our day, these packs were 50 cents, $1 each, $2 each. And now they've elevated to a cost of, you know, $40 for a blaster. Although if you're on cbhobby.com, you can get 35 plus 10% off if you use the promo code. So these things have gotten expensive. Gambling has become just a part of the hobby. And so I think if there's wheel spins at card shows or grab bags, you know, these are just things that are probably a part of the hobby at this point. That's my opinion.
Okay, because like I said, if I'm doing wrong, if you guys feel like I'm doing wrong and that's not right, you know, that's the first thing I'm going to do is do right by the people, you know, because I just thought in my mind, you know, I'm creating a fun experience for these kids, for these new people that come into the hobby, because I don't want them to think, oh, this guy's just trying to rip me off. It's like, nah, man, like even like sometimes a guy will buy like 6 spins and I'll still give him 2 extra just because I'm like, oh, dude, you know, like he didn't really land too many cool stuff, you know, or he didn't land. You know, he landed some packs, you know, that were all right, but I'm like, I want him to get something better. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to say like I'm rigging it, but I'm like, here, you know, I'll give you an extra 2 spins on the house. You know, here you go. And, you know, if they're not satisfied with it, you know, then I'm like, hey, you know, let me know what I can do to make it more fun for you. If you feel like you didn't get your money's worth, let me know. Because that's how I am. Me personally, I want to make sure everyone's having a good time. They get their money's worth. No one feels like they're being jaded, you know. Because that's never been my style. I've never been like that. I'm a very generous person, you know. But at the same time, you know, when I go to these card shows, you know, I'm also trying to make sure I don't lose too much money in the sense where I'm like, oh shoot, you know, like I lost like, you know, $300-400, you know, like dang, you know, because I got bills too, you know. This isn't like my main thing, you know what I mean? Like I do stuff outside of cards, you know. I have my job, you know. working, as in the warehouse. So does my wife, so it's like, I don't want to, be that person that's like, oh, like, he's contributing negatively to the hobby, but if you guys don't feel like that,
I think you're probably overthinking it a little bit. I think you just do your thing, have some fun in the hobby. As long as you're not overstepping, kind of like I think these breakers are doing, where we're talking about $200 spots and 30 times 30 spots, and you're doing it over the internet. I think that's a totally different situation. But how can everybody find you, Crown Jewel? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Twitter?
It's the same thing right here. My handle is Crown Jewel Cars. You find me on Instagram. I'm on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok, but I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not really engaging in TikTok, but I'm on those 3 platforms. If you guys want to find me on there, like I said, I appreciate you guys letting me jump in the call. Thank you, Ryan, right, or Colin?
Yes, Ryan.
Okay, I always get you guys confused. You guys look. I swear, you guys are twins.
We are twins. No, we are.
No,
twins,
that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
you guys look. Yeah, but hey, I appreciate you, Ryan. I appreciate everything you guys do for the hobby. Honestly, I thank you. I appreciate you guys' time, and I know I kind of ranted a little bit. I apologize.
We like that. No, we love it. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you, brother.
All right. How do I? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Bye.
You, buddy. That was Crown Jewel, ladies and gentlemen, calling into the CB Hobby Hotline. He kind of contradicted himself there a little bit. He was saying, hey,
Totally.
I want to do something that's not about the money, but then, I got bills to pay. I need to make money. So
seriously.
But hey, people are fired up. People are passionate about this hobby. This is from the world, from Fresno all the way to Boston. There are people fired up, passionate about sports cards, who love these cards. And I think personally, jumping back to the VIP Rips situation, this just doesn't show any respect to the cards, the brand, the hobby. No other licensed product is sold like this. No other licensed sports product is sold like this, in this manner, in this casino style. And I think it's weird. And but this is the way the hobby's going. And we saw the origin of group breaks. A bunch of people on the blowout forums and different places just wanted to chop up a box, chop up a case. Now it's turned into big business. And I don't know if there's any turning back unless some form of regulate. I can't imagine MGM and Caesars looks at this and be like, oh man, that looks legit. That looks legal. We'll see if VIP Rips comes back. We lost Colin. He's got family duties. He's got work duties. It's 8 p.m. over here on the West Coast. It's 11 p.m. over on the East Coast, where Fanatics Fest is happening in T-minus 16 days. We'll be getting our photo op with Livy Dunn. I'm way more excited about this than I was a few days ago. Was not looking forward to this at all, honestly. Now that Livy Dunn is going to be there, I'm elevated. One more topic, because you guys have been good to us. And some people like these long videos. They've got work to get through. They've got something, and goddamn, 3 hours from Sports Card Radio does the trick. We got an email about the aforementioned Mama Breaks, who has 26,000. She has less followers than VIP Rips. 26.4 to 26.5. So she's dead even with VIP Rips. That's unbelievable. Wow, this hobby's astonishing. Anyways, we got an email about Mama Breaks. It says, how much does breaking pay? This came in a couple days ago. Love your show. I ran across Mama Breaks for the first time this week. I watched her behind the scenes video on YouTube. Mama Breaks has 2,400 subs on YouTube. Her videos get 2,000 to 4,000 views. The emailer says that is terribly low. She has 26,000 followers on Instagram, probably decent for the hobby, but very low otherwise. Hey, I mean, we got fucking breakers we've never heard of who have the same amount. So yeah, maybe it is a little low. And she somehow has not one, but 2 commercial office spaces for her breaks and pays for multiple people to do work in her business. How is this possible? I don't know. Man, maybe these people make money hand over fist on every box they break, but this doesn't pass the common sense test to me. Keep up the great work. Just found your show and it's awesome. So we appreciate the email. So he's basically wondering how Mama breaks with, according to him, kind of maybe like a limited following on social media, how she's able to have 2 commercial office spaces and essentially maybe this is her full-time gig, is breaking sports cards. Possible for a number of reasons. Number one, she spends most of her time, and as most breakers do, and I've seen actually breakers with way less following on it. Some of the breakers we talked about today that pulled these big kaboom cases, big kaboom cards out of first off the line. These guys had like no following. Slammin' Sammy Mead has like no following, period, at all. We the Hobby's a little more well known. Some of these breakers can just literally go live on TikTok or whatnot, or Fanatics Live, and that's their following. They have no other marketing strategy. Mama Breaks is a little different. I personally, she has 2,400 subs on YouTube. That's actually not that bad. Her videos getting 2,000 to 4,000 views. Hey, it's not Mr. Beast. It's not Logan Paul. It's not, some viral celebrity. It's not Livy Dunn posting a morning pic. But 2,000 to 4,000 views is actually really, really good. And I'll tell you why. Imagine if she could convert 1% of those people to even just check her out, let alone buy into a break. If you could convert 1% of 4,000 people, what is that, 40 people? Imagine if a real estate agent made a video about a house or about their rental properties, and they got 4,000 people to watch, which isn't quote unquote a lot, but they got 1% of the people who watched that video to call them, to email them, to contact them, to follow them. That would be absolutely fucking incredible if you can make a YouTube video and get the phone ringing 40 different times for essentially free and no marketing spend. So the fact that she doesn't quote unquote get a lot of views, to me, that doesn't make any difference at all, because even if she's converting at 1% or a half a fucking percent, that's customers. You only need a lot of these people. There's this big myth that you need 30 people to fill break spots. No, that's not true at all. You need like fucking 5 customers to buy into that motherfucker. Most of these breakers have whales who buy into their breaks. And where she spends the majority of the time is on the live platform. I don't know if you guys can see this, but she did an 11-hour fucking live stream the other day on Fanatics Live. So these people are sometimes spending 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I mean, in the comments of this video, you're going to find somebody leave a comment in this video that says, you guys went for 3 hours. I can't watch all this. I can only watch Rothcard's 10-minute videos. That's what I enjoy. Well, fine. Go watch Rothcard's. Go watch Jeff. Go watch Card Collector 2. These breakers are spending 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours on camera, on live stream. And you don't need 30 customers. You don't need hundreds of customers. You need like 5 customers. And for the amount of money people are charging for these breaks, I don't know what her pricing is like. We'd have to check break comp for that. But you could break 1, 2, 3, 4 cases. And if you're making thousands a case or hundreds of dollars per case, you could certainly support a business. Now, is she going to be balling and buying a house in Beverly Hills? Probably not. But there's always Burbank for the people who, can't afford Beverly Hills and Bel Air. There's always Riverside. So I think, yes, personally, 2,400 YouTube subs. Actually, that's amazing. Her videos, quote unquote, only getting 2,000 to 4,000 views. I actually think that's fucking amazing. And if you can convert just 1% or a half of 1% of that, it's worth every bit of time that she spends on those videos and every bit of time on social media. And that the same goes for all breakers. It's you're really just trying to convert a few people to come follow you or to come watch you on your live stream, where probably the real commerce happens and where you can really make money. But maybe I'm old and that's a weird way to look at marketing a business or or YouTube, I guess, in general. Some people maybe look at her numbers and see them as small. I look at them and see them as amazing. Like, fuck, she can get 4,000 people to watch, and fuck, all she needs is like 2 people to come over and pay her money, and it was worth it. What happens on Instagram, I'm a little less. I don't come over here and really know what's going on. Like these guys have 26,000 followers. I don't know if that's organic. I don't know if this is good. I don't know or if these guys are big or if these guys are afterthoughts or pretenders. I have no fucking idea. The fact that people like Gary V validate these guys is concerning. Very, very concerning. Gary V should treat his brand and his clout with a little bit more respect. Like, please don't walk up to me at Fanatics Fest and try to put me in your fucking stupid break video. Please. But guys, let's get to some comments. You guys, I'm sure, are fired up. Autodidact University with the $2 says content with contemporaneous continuous content. I mean, that's hard to say. I can't say that 3 times fast. William Dunlap, backyard hit 37 kabooms in one case. Yeah, and that wasn't even the best. They weren't even like the top guys. Little Pole Man pulled, I think, 55 in 3 cases. Some of these other guys did 26, 27 in just one case. 26 in one case from We the Hobby. This random guy who's not even a breaker, he just opened a personal case, got 27. So we'll eagerly await the hobby version of this and see what the fuck happens. Big Mac says SCV pulled down all his videos. Something weird going on with that dude. I don't know. That's disappointing. I don't know if there's something weird going on. I just think, sometimes you just, don't want the attention, don't just want to focus on other things, whatever it is. There could be a number of different reasons. Sometimes you're trying to get a job and, people snoop around and look at you, and then they see that you're talking about pictures of men on the internet. It might be hard to get a job. I mean, you guys think if I put my resume out there, I'm getting a job anywhere? Fuck no. So you're stuck with me over here at Sports Card Radio because, boy, the background check would be horrific. But we love SCV. He's our boy. Hopefully he calls in at some point. Hopefully this isn't a retirement, but I wouldn't look at it. There could be a number of reasons why he pulled down the videos. Number of different reasons. B. Penzol says, will Sports Card Radio be welcoming and shaking hands of guests entering Fanatics Fest? Yes, exactly, guys. I'm going to wake up, and when this thing starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so I'm going to wake up like literally at the crack of dawn for me, and I'm going to make sure that I'm at the entrance of this and blocking people who are handicapped, blocking people who are kids, blocking people who are actually trying to fucking get in here and enjoy this thing. I'm going to fucking have my whole camera crew, audio, and you guys are going to shake my hand because I'm important. So get ready for that. And at Burbank, too. We're going to be doing the same thing. Tony Zook says a lot of balls and bats in the Olympics for no baseball. That is correct. I've been watching too much Giants baseball, so anything that happened in the Olympics, I'm a little less familiar with. Jake says, though, he just won a gold medal for women's box breaking. Yes, and apparently you can be a male and win that sport as well. John Winkler with the 999, he says, Jab's family has a new doggy. Maybe the name is Ziggy, so that's very exciting. I think on the next show, we're going to have to investigate this. Is it a shared dog with the girlfriend? Because that would be a big step. Like a big step in a relationship is like sharing a pet. So I'm going to have to log into the Jabs Family Patreon, which I'm a member. I'm going to have to get all the tea on that. That's for damn sure. David Snyder with a 999. He says they should have had strippers at the main national entrance after the traffic hassles. Tim, do you have a favorite Olympic sport and a favorite iPhone? Tim, what do you think?
Beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball, favorite sport. And then do you have a favorite iPhone, like iPhone 10 or iPhone 15 or what?
Yeah, 15 Pro Max.
Pro Max. Okay, we're going Pro Max. So yeah, we doing it big over here. We're doing Pro Max. Connor with the 199. He says this 199 better get me a spot for a downtown. I don't know, man. Hey, these spots over here are running. They were running like 160 each, and it seemed like he was mad that they were selling for 160 bucks or 170 bucks. So, but in Sports Card Radio Breaks, yes, 199. Get you a spot. Get you a spot at the Pendry. Get you a line of cocaine. Get you some marijuana. Christine, I'm blocked. Can't call in, but you did. So Christine found a way to get unblocked. Jason Moran with the $5. And we have Christine signed flip-flops coming for you guys very soon. Jason Moran with the $5. All the creepy influencers, that Kentucky sports guy is the last hobby hero I'd want near my child. Wow. He coming out hot. He's coming out hot on this Kentucky guy, who, of course, has done videos with Mojo. And I'm not going to lie. We're 3 hours in. I can keep it real. I know that if I had kids, they'd be nowhere near this motherfucker, because there are times where I'm watching this guy and something just is not right. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. But I watch this guy and something not right. That's all I got to say. But I'm sure he's the nicest guy in the fucking world. Kenny P says Ruben said to Sports Card News, or maybe Sports Card Nonsense, that 10x the hobby was just a made up number. No shit. Just like Dr. Fauci made up 6 feet social distancing, both scumbag phonies. Yeah, I don't know why people are falling into the marketing tactics and following down the Fanatics rabbit hole. When the fuck has a corporate company as big as Fanatics like patted you on the back and made you rich? Like all these breakers, Jeff, these hobby shops, they keep lauding the fact that, oh, Fanatics is going to come in and do all this and do, like, what the fuck? This is a huge corporate company that is not going to give two shits about you. They'll eventually get their own shops. They'll eventually hire their own breakers. They'll probably automate the process like on ePack or some kind of way like that. They'll totally ice you guys out in a few years. Once you become disposable, once you're not needed, you guys are going to be thrown over the side of the fucking boat with no life raft, with no fucking life vest. This is a multi-billion-dollar corporate company. They're not in the business to make you rich. And there are some questions about how good of a business is Fanatics, the actual apparel company. How good of business is this? Yes, they've been able to gobble up all the fucking licenses. And so you have to buy a hat through them. You have to buy a jersey. Great. Wonderful. Is the quality any better? Is the customer service any better? Are the fans happy with the merchandise? Do fans actually like Fanatics merchandise? These are all things I would be asking myself if I was getting in bed with a multi-billion-dollar company that doesn't give a fuck about. Michael Rubin does a really good job acting like he cares about you guys. He goes on some of these interviews. He fucking says the right thing. He talks about, he gives you compliments. He's going to be at this Fanatics Fest, kind of, glad handing and shaking hands. And, Mama Breaks means a lot to us. You guys just watch in a couple years when they're going to need to squeeze more margin out of this business. Well, how are they going to squeeze more margin out of this business? Stop selling to breakers and hire their own, or automate the process. That'll be step one. Or stop selling to hobby shops and turn lids into hobby shops. Or if GameStop wants to do a hard pivot into sports cards, boom, partner with somebody huge like that has stores everywhere, and leave the Mama Breaks and the mom and pop shops gasping for air. I mean, this entire hobby is just buying into the fact that this is going to work, that this Fanatics experiment is going to work. I won't get into the New York Post, how Michael Rubin's having to sell $1 billion worth of shares because the company's not making any money. Fanatics doesn't make any money. They have like a 2% gross margin. Adjusted gross margin. Like, this company probably doesn't make money. It's worth a lot of money because they have people willing to invest. They own all the licenses. All the business has to come through there. There's a lot of revenue, but they don't actually make money. They run at a 2% margin before the fucking adjusted EBITDA or whatever the fuck. I don't know much about business, but I know that ain't very good if you making 2% before you add in some other shit. But we'll see. We've got all these little teenage breakers who are, Michael Rubin's the god and all this kind of bullshit. So we'll see. But yes, I think I did hear that. And, people have eaten up the 10X shit. What business has Michael Rubin 10X'd lately? Like, what business has he 10X'd in the last 5 years? Can you think of one? Probably not. Niagara Sports Cards. I had people paying me with gold rounds for wax during COVID. Yeah, COVID was a crazy time. That's for sure. Loyal listener Cody Bordeaux with the $5. He says, my sister and I love watching every Thursday while cuddling on the couch. Keep pushing the truth. Cody, we got to get you calling in, and we need to see your sister. Make sure she's okay. She can blink twice if she's okay. And we need to see this live and in person. Jason Moran with the $2. He says, hey, Christine, can you walk into traffic? Thanks. I don't think he was a big fan of Christine calling in. But we let everybody call in for better or worse over here at Sports Card Radio. KPAC with a $4.99. Man, I'm going to be able to buy dinner tonight. Christine is right about the Jeff trade. It's the $2 million deal turned down video. Jeff got lit up in the comments. Look for the Miami Dolphin guy. I did get several emails that I needed to watch the Jeff trade videos. I didn't have time to do that, but I might watch those and evaluate what went on. I'm glad when I'm at card shows that there's not a camera on me at all times. That's for damn sure. There's probably a reason for that. Why I go to these card shows and there's no cameras on me. LTD89 says, did you guys see that some guy bought Will Greer cards to Jeff and he turned down his offer? See, I've got some sports card investor YouTube to watch. That's for damn sure, because I'm behind. I have not seen these videos. I don't know what this is referring to, and I've got some juicy stuff to watch. Drama Queen City Cards with the $2. He says Christine should consign with Queen City Cards. I agree. Got to make that happen. Case Breaks says Fanatics Fest is going to suck. They can't even sell the tickets they had to round up a bunch of New York stores. So they rounded up a bunch of New York stores to give away tickets. That's what I've heard, that the tickets haven't been selling well. And this is amazing, somebody from Fanatics reached out to me in the last couple days trying to get me free tickets. They want me to get me into some fucking special meeting with these executives that blah, 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 and all this bullshit. And I don't know. I just want to go take a couple laps and get the fuck out of there. But it wouldn't shock me is if this is more of a crickets convention than what went down in Cleveland. I don't think the hardcore collector is going to be jazzed up about going to this unless he or she wants to meet an athlete. This is going to be more the corporate guy, the group breaker, the sports card radio types who are coming to this to see what it's like for the industry, more out of curiosity. The hardcore collectors that we saw in Mojo's video that are, literally chomping at the bit to get into this motherfucker. These guys are literally like running to a table to go buy cards. The National to me is a completely different beast than what we might see in New York. And if it's the crickets convention, whoo-hoo, I will chomp at the bit to light up Fanatics in a video, talking about how it's a ghost town at Fanatics Fest and it sucks and it blows. And trust me, we will be the first one to put up that content. Like, I hope it sucks. Jason Moran with the $2 says she got 120 on the last LSAT. That's why no law school. I think he was talking about it. Damn, Jason Moran coming in hot on our girl Christine. I think Jason should call in when Christine calls in next, and they should have it out. That would be funny. Patrick Wayne says there are more case hits than there are cases. Yeah, I mean, 26. They're fucking pulled out 26 kabooms or 26 downtowns in some of these cases. We the Hobby pulled 26. Backyard pulled 20 or 30. Little Pullman 55. This rando 27. It's only a 12-box case probably. And we'll have to see over here on cbhobby.com. 12-box case, and they're hitting literally 2-3 per box. Going to be really interesting to see what the fuck happens to those hobby boxes. Drama Queen City Cards back with the $5. He says, gents, I got dirt on David Adams. Plus, hear anything about how bad the National was? It was a shit show. Hey, we're always here with the dirt on David Adams. I had a former employee call in, or a former employee of David Adams that I talked to about, maybe it was like 6 months, a year ago, about all kinds of shady shit. And then Adam Martin, Adam of DA Card World or whatever, man, I mean, that guy's got all kinds of good stories about coming up in the sports card world and some of the shady things that have gone on. That some of which he's been a part of. Yeah, I remember when Jeff Wilson in his video a couple of weeks ago, he said, man, maybe if they're a reputable company like DA Cardwell. And I was just thinking to myself, like, oh, Jeff's still got a long way to go. Like, Jeff's still learning about the hobby. That's for damn sure. So yeah. Did I hear anything how bad the National was? I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, they literally hold this thing in a third world country, but people still showed up. Commerce still happened. And I think if you were able to make it there, it would have been worth sitting in traffic for a fucking hour. If you had a car and you could load it up with stuff. It was only $25 to get in or $30 to get in. So I'm standing in line for that. And maybe you're having to, figure out the bathroom situation, or you're having to figure out the food situation. But the National still, to me, is the greatest bargain in the history of sports card shows. $25, and you got all that to deal with for several hours. Worth it. I wish it was they had one out west. CB Hobby. They have an exclusive set for Topps Chrome. That's right. It does look like that Fanatics Fest will have some ultra rare Big Apple refractors that are only available at the Fanatics Fest. I'd love to see more. Like, they need to pull out some Wembanyama shit, some CJ Stroud shit, some other stuff. Like, you want people to come, you want the collectors to come, the hardcore guys. They fall $6 per hobby box. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know how, like, a Big Apple parallel of a Giants player, I don't know how well that plays, but I see where they're going with that. And hopefully there's more exclusives coming, because that would be really nice. Only for sale at Fanatics Fest. Yes, and that's what they need to do to bring people out to this show, as well as have Livy Dunn doing photo opportunities. Patrick Wayne collects with the $9.99. He says more reasons to build the wall, because it has been at least rumored that Panini, to get around using the Fanatics printer in America, they have started to print some cards in Mexico. So we can see how that works out for them. Lee Schill, rumors about Fanatics buying Upper Deck. That would be interesting. There were rumors. I mean, this is going back a long ways. This is rumors when Panini was coming around that they were going to buy Upper Deck. I mean, I even heard that from a former Upper Deck employee. Told me that Panini was snooping around. They were stealing employees. Panini was basically the Fanatics before Fanatics. This is like in 2009, 2010, 2011. Panini came around. Everybody was like, wow, Panini's throwing around money. They're marketing. They care. They're going to buy all these companies. Never came to fruition. Upper Deck is a family-run business. I think the wife still runs it, owns it. There's some kids involved. I've heard the wife doesn't want to sell the company. They have a headquarters down in Carlsbad, California, that's bigger than you would think. Like, you roll up to the Upper Deck office and you're like, oh shit, that's pretty fucking big. I would be surprised if Fanatics bought Upper Deck, but anything's possible, because I know there have been offers for Upper Deck and the family she doesn't want to sell. And it might have been Richard McWilliams' wishes, the original owner of Upper Deck, to not sell the company. Valor Sports Cards with the $19.99. He says, why doesn't Whatnot enforce security cameras? Security camera move the breakers. Ridiculous. This stuff can be prevented, but yet no one cares to correct it. Yeah, I don't think anybody, that's the thing, is I don't think anybody cares. The people who buy into these breaks, they're almost like, they're either naive or they don't care that they potentially could get scammed. Could be a little bit of both. Little just naive buyers who are just trying to feed almost an endorphin rush to buy into these breaks. Don't really know what they're buying into, don't know who they're buying from. And the platforms have no incentive, in my opinion, to regulate this stuff, because the money's still coming in. John says, you got magicians doing up close magic on breaks. People CT scanning boxes. A guy that puts cards underwater. Can we please stop calling this a hobby? I mean, it's certainly getting confusing. I mean, what's going on over here at VIP Rips is, I mean, explain this to somebody who doesn't understand cards. That's why I don't think we're 10Xing, because explain this to somebody who understands sports but doesn't understand cards, and then get them to take out their wallet and buy into VIP Rips. Not happening. So I don't think we're 10Xing. Dan, the card man, says you boys are going to have to field day when you read their statement. Yeah, I mean, we kind of did. This is atrocious. It's atrocious that they have 2X the following as She Breaks and Mama Breaks and Mary Gamble. The font could have been better. the independent forensic expert that they apparently hired. Yeah, this is amazing stuff, but they'll probably be on stage at Fanatics Fest. That's my guess. Hobby doesn't care. Nick Rinaldi with the $2. Some forensic expert determined Kurt did not juice. That's right. That's probably, they hired the same people that are punch drunk over Kurt's card care. SS says, I took my son, 9 years old, to his first card show. When we left, he told me everybody seemed like a bunch of scammers. Wow. That's profound, because kids are known to kind of smell things out and tell the truth. Like kids, you can't bullshit kids, man. They'll just call you out. I remember when I coached basketball, man, I'd show up fucking a little overweight and these kids come, man, you need to lay off the burgers, or they just brutally honest, just fucking killing me. So the fact that a 9-year-old says that he went to a card show and says everybody's scammers, story checks out. Valor Sports Cards want us to check our DMs. I just don't. If I check our messages now, everybody's going to see who's messaging us. And I actually don't. My brother controls this Instagram account as well. So I that's to protect his privacy as much as ours. But Valor called in and gave us the scoop. We will check those and we will report back next week with any shenanigans. David Snyder called the Attorney General of the state and mentioned kids are getting ripped off. Send the video clip. You know what? I for years thought there's no way this industry is getting regulated because it's just so small. Now with Fanatics and them going public and them being associated with gambling, like there's a gambling side of Fanatics, a legit regulated gambling side of Fanatics. I think this company is going to go public. Lawyers and people are going to look at it and be like, wait a minute, you can go to Fanatics Bet and there's only like 4 states where you could probably actually go and bet on Fanatics Bet, but you can log into Fanatics Live and whatnot, and it's this. I think it's possible if somebody who regulated gambling either at the federal level or any state level looked at this. I look, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. There's no way this shit can be legal, period. But maybe I'm old. Jason Moran with the $2. He funded my dinner tonight. He says a Livy Dunn fart in the face for $500. So I fart in her face and I get $500. Sold. She farts in my face and I got to pay her $500. Man, that sounds like a New York ripoff right there. Jason Moran wanted us to cut this guy off already. Repeats himself 900 times. Hey, some people get on Sports Card Radio and it's, you get a little nervous and you it's tough, especially the first time. So sometimes you got to pop that cherry. And then the next time you call in, it'll be better. Botch Club on Instagram and TikTok with the $1.99. Big fan. This guy on the phone sucks. Follow me, guys. We will follow you. Botch Club on Instagram. There's a follow. You have 79,000 followers. You got to call in and tell us how you did that. Sounds like a lot. Eric with the $1.99. Guys, hopefully you've had a wonderful night. It's 8:45 on the West Coast. It is 11:45 on the East Coast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Sports Card Radio. We will be back next week. We will be live Thursday at 5:30. Maybe I'll put out another video next week. Maybe I'll pull some topics together Maybe we'll talk about some of the things we talked about on this live stream. But I might make a video next week just making some fun of some people or covering any of the stories in the hobby. You can reach out to us, sportscardshow@gmail.com, sportscardradio.com, Sportscard Radio on all the social platforms. We will be at Fanatics Fest. And I guess this is T-minus 16 days. I think I'll be there like Wednesday or Thursday night. We will then be flying back across the fucking country, and we will be set up at the Burbank Sports Card Show. So in 20 days, 20 hours, 13 minutes, and 34 seconds, we will do our best Mojo impression. And as soon as the doors open, I'm going to be out here shaking hands with people because they should know who I am and they should want a selfie with me and an autograph. So I expect to see you guys there. Tim, thanks for hanging in with us. Have fun banging those milfs out in Paris. Bring home the gold medal for us. And everybody, everybody in the chat, SS, Bob Boozle, Big Max, AC, thecarddeal.com, the Botch Club, White Sox Tom, John, Joey M, Hornets, Phoenix Rising, my boy, the Wolf Shirt Guy, B-Negs 521, Ferris Sterling, Dogpile Dan. You guys are the homie. The Card Fanatics. You guys are the homies for sticking in. Paulie77, go USA in the Olympics. Yo, damn right. Bring home some golds.
Yeah.
Title City Sports. We appreciate you guys. Biggie's Toys, Trump 2024. Bob Boozle says, Tim Kim, stay away from people in blue body paint. So there's some good tips there from.
Noted.
So we appreciate you guys. I'll be at a card show in Concord, I think, on Saturday. So any of the NorCal guys come up and say what's up to me. I might even have some cards to trade. I'll certainly be looking for some cards to buy. And until then, until next week or until another pack gets dipped, we will see you guys later. I got to turn up the music.
Up in the millions like 2.3, but G-Off got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on card stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with the bullshit. Jeff Wilson, you ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, did you dip me out? I think you tipped you out. What you talking about? I don't think you did, Gil. It's just a shady shit like a Geo means, like it's wholesale thing with the mid-FTs. Taking money from the people to pay most Democrat broke, but that's okay. He's getting money, even better tax-free, loving all stimulus for PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
What's going on with that PPP? You've done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Gotta talk this like we fucking basta. What you talking about, men printed on cost stock? When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. POVs like it's wholesale scene with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay. He's getting money even better tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. Cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruined the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson.
Peace the fuck out.